Stopping us. Number one, no one on top of us. What they gonna do when Matt Milano coming with the blitz off the edge? Don't you throw it in the air, cause Trey White and Micah High were intercept. Von Miller getting double teamed, not a team getting easy sacks. Russo with the double moves coming straight for the quarterback. Take him down, take him down. McDermott clapping on the sidelines, and the crowd going crazy. Mafia, it's our time. Josh Allen, it's your time. It's the Mafia, yeah. Sunday, one Bills Drive. Mafia, where you at? Buffalo, 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 it's the Mafia. 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 It's the Buffalo Bills, ayy. It's the Buffalo Bills, ayy. Buffalo, 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 it's the Mafia. Josh Allen, Steph Diggs, Zach Lawson, who's stopping us? Trey Edmonds, Ed Oliver, Jordan Phillips, who blocking us? Yeah. Buffalo Fanatics. It's Don Brown. Yeah, I'm a fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Just like Rico, going live, talking to my people. Cause the team's driven like West Hurt. Other teams can't, it's a repo. The opponents gotta call up Triple O. Bills Mafia, we heating up. We too electrical. We got Bean the plug, electric show. We wired up, hit up Rico. He fired up.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again. Welcome to another edition of the draft 2025 coverage. Listen, I'm starting off solo, but you know the whole crew is going to be joining me soon. But we had to get out of here and kind of talk things through, ladies and gentlemen. Talk things through. And I know a lot of us after last night, we're kind of trying to figure things out, trying to put our emotions in check, right? Were we not? Were we trying to figure out, all right, let me go on www.youtube.com/ you know, we all did it. We all did it. We all went and found clips of the guy our team drafted and tried to, quote unquote, sell yourself on Max Hairston. Well, I'll tell you folks, I sold myself. Sold myself on Max, knowing what we've tried in the past and knowing what Brandon Beane has done and is trying to do with this pick. It just makes sense to me. What is kind of bizarre to me right now is there's some folks online just nitpicking at the, I mean, at least that's what my feed is showing me. I'm not saying that these people are doing all, but my feed is showing me missed tackle this, not a good tackler that, and he's very small, and he's this, that. It's kind of strange. I mean, when you look at a guy that you draft late in the first round, of course, there's no flawless player. There isn't any flawless player. Every player comes with their faults, but their strengths are greater than their weaknesses. And I'm seeing this stuff like where a tackle, look at the angle here, look at it. I was like, all right, you can focus on that if you'd like to. What I'd like to focus on are the strengths and what this individual is going to bring to this team. And that is a playmaker. That is someone that is not fearful and the moment is not too big for this player. Can they work on other things? Like I said, no player comes into the league flawless. That's crazy talk. That's not the way things work out. So I'm excited for this pick. I'm excited for what the Bills did with this, and I can kind of share with you. If you guys haven't had a chance to watch my video that I did just a few hours ago, go ahead and touch on that if you haven't. I want to apologize first and foremost. I recorded it. The mic sounded good, but I never, clicked over and make sure that they transition. So I'm talking like in an echo chamber. That's what it sounds like. So I apologize for it, but don't pay attention to, the sound of it. Pay attention to the message. And the message to me was clear on what McDermott was doing. McDermott, admittedly so, whiffed on Kyer Elam. He won't use those words. I mean, we'll leave that for the Browns and Deshaun Watson. But he whiffed. He whiffed on Kyer Elam. And if you look at what Brandon Beane was looking to do when he picked up and traded up for Kyer Elam, was pretty much get that prototypical sized corner. You know what I mean? All the ones that you guys are clamoring for when we picked up, you know what I mean? Max Hairston. He's 5'11". He's $185, right? We want that 6'1", 6'2" corner. I mean, we did have that in Rasul Douglas. All right? We've done that before. We've had the 6-foot corner. We did that with Kyer Elam, right? 4'3", 40. He ain't gonna get beat deep. And he's got the size. And he's got the 33-inch arms. All that. Where he at now? That's right. So to get caught up in the measurables and the measurements and all that stuff, out the window. Are you a dog? Do you have the instincts to go make a play? Because that's exactly what we're missing on this defense. That's exactly what we're missing on this defense. So these are the things that we want. My man Zachary King's like, Bedford 6'1". That's right. But he ran a 4'7". You had a Kyer Elam that was 6'1", 6'2", ran a 4'3". Bro, who wouldn't want a corner that's 6'2", runs a 4'3"? Sign me up. That's the facts. So in this case, they whiffed. It didn't work out. And you know what? If it works out for Kyer Elam in Dallas, more power to him. So Beane had to go back to the drawing board and go, all right, we tried the guy with the size and speed. But then when you put him on the field and you put him in practice, the measurements don't match what I need to see on the field consistently, especially because I traded up for this brother. So we lack corner. We need to replace Rasul Douglas. We just traded Kyer Elam. We are at a deficit at the corner position. And we need to get back to, being flush and +1. So in comes Dane Jackson. He's been in the system before. He's had success in his Bills defense. And to the point where folks were saying, we found a gem in Dane Jackson. You remember that? Because I do. So Dane Jackson is back. Tre'Davious White is back. I don't need to tell you about Tre'Davious White. We already know what's up with Tre'Davious White. We know his history. We know where he's come from. You know what he's about. He is Buffalo. He's a loved individual. But he's coming off a knee and an Achilles. Not a great stint with the Rams, a much more improved stint with the Ravens. So that being said, Beane is looking at this like, okay, I got to bring somebody in that can't be like any of these guys here. The thing that we lack, the thing that we need the most is speed. We need speed. We need instincts. We need somebody that's not afraid to go up and get it. We need a guy that if he falters and he stumbles, he can recover with his speed and get back onto the field and get back into play. And that's exactly what Max brings to the field. Not the size that, typically would go for. He doesn't have the girth to him. You know what I mean? He's not a great tackler, but you didn't bring him to tackle. You hope that this team is down so far that they have no choice but to throw the football. And this is where the opportunistic ball hawking Max Hairston comes into play. Now, am I going to ignore that he's not the greatest tackler? You can't ignore that. The good thing about that part, though, is you can work on that. You have professional coaches that can get you through that. Take an angle here. This is the better angle. Bulk up in the gym. You're at $190. You're about the same size as Tre'Davious White. You could tend to hit the gym a little bit. Last time I checked, Tre'Davious White wasn't the greatest tackle either. Oh, yeah, he turned into an All-Pro, by the way. He had two back-to-back Pro Bowls. Don't get caught up into all that mess. Don't let some of these boys fool you with all that. He misses tackles. He ain't going to be good, bro. When he gets you a pick six, you're going to be like, I bet. That's my guy. Max. That's what it's going to be. You know what I mean? Mad Max, 31. By the way, he picked his number 31. I kind of like it. I don't mind 31. 31 is not a bad number. I mean, you don't really see many DBs with 31, prominent DBs with 31, but I don't mind 31. I mean, the last prominent DB, I think Aaron Glenn, funny enough, the head coach for the New York Jets, I think he, when he was in his playing days, was number 31 for the Jets. Let me double check, because that's the only corner that I know that, you know what I mean, was a big time player, was Aaron Glenn, number 31. Sometimes I tell you, the things I remember sometimes I'm like, okay. And then something that happened yesterday, I'll be like, what's that guy's name again? Somebody in the chat, let me know. Crazy. I know you guys are saying Rasul Douglas. I could have easily said Rasul Douglas. I said prominent. I'm talking a big time corner. Aaron Glenn was a big time corner when he played. But I don't remember any other. I mean, listen, Rasul Douglas, Aaron Glenn, who else was 31? Not many. So Max Harrison's about to make his name be known with that number 31. So that being said, I love the pick. I say I love the pick. I mean, I had guys that I would have rather. Oh yeah, Cromartie. Cromartie was nice. I do remember that. I do. Is Corby Jurst 31? Is he number 31? Maybe he is. I'll take your word for it. So that being said, fellas, when I'm looking at the pick that the Bills made, we got to live with it. And one thing I got to call Bills Mafia out for, and I am in that camp where we overreact on certain things. I'll say it, when Josh Allen got drafted, I overreacted. No, what are we doing? You picked the wrong Josh. Remember that? I'm sure you guys do. You guys always remind me. But so were you. You guys were in the same camp I was, so don't even try it. Anyway, I say all of this is, let these things play out, baby. Let these things play out. You got to trust what Brandon is doing, because when he drafted Matt Milano, we were like, who? I guess? Man, I don't want to hear all that. Oh, if he knows something we don't, let's go. Because I'll tell you right now, Will Johnson could have easily been the guy that we're going to take the best player available, knowing this guy's knees is shredded. You don't know how long it's going to take him. You never know. He might have a long career or a very short one. You just don't know. So they probably want to go the safe side. We could have went with Trey Amos. We could have went with a whole lot of guys that probably would have been the best player available, but they probably had a first-round draft grade on him, and away we go. Let me give you a little tidbit. In 2023, had he come out with the year that he had, he probably would have been a top 15 pick. He probably would have been a top 15 pick in Max Harrison. The only reason he didn't go any higher was, he got hurt last year. He missed 5 games? He only played 7. So his stock kind of dropped a little bit. But had he come out in 2023, he would have been definitely a very high coveted player. So maybe we did get ourselves a very solid player. This is the type of player that falls right in McDermott's lap. He does that. He knows guys like, listen, he did that with Gabe Davis. He says if Gabe Davis ran a 4.4 instead of a 4.7, he would have been a higher draft pick. We're lucky we got Gabe Davis at 4.7. Woo, lucky. Brandon Beane has done this before. He waits on, he sees the talent and he trusts his area scouts and he does what he needs to do. So love to see it. Amazing news. And we'll go from there. Now, the one thing that I think is really cool, when you guys I had Damon on the show from Draft Diamonds on the show last night. So a big shout out to my man Dame. What up, Dame? And Dame was on the show and he was letting us know, you know what I mean, this is a good pick. It's not something that does light me up right now. I mean, there's still some off-field stuff that you want to kind of, you know what I mean, get that out of the way. And there was a tweet earlier by Dame that I wanted to retweet because I think I love this part that kind of gives me some solace a little bit on what's taking place. Let me share my screen real quick before we get going. What time is it? 7:56? Okay, draft's about to start. We got some time. We'll shoot the shit a little bit. Let me share my screen just a touch. Hey, okay, so take a look here. Draft Diamonds over here says, here's what I will say about the Bills' first-round pick. I trust their area scout, Pete Harris. All right? He's the one that found Christian Benford as well. And how's that working out for us? I think we love Christian Bedford and what he brings to the team. Harris knows football, and if the Bills had a first one on Hairston, that is because Harris loved him. I have to trust Pete. The guy's legit. And I'll tell you right now, that's exactly what's taking place. And I'll tell you this, there was a retweet of that very same tweet by someone corroborating saying, agreed. So if Pete Harris, the area scout, says, I like ye, then listen, let's we're all in. We're all in. Let's make this thing work. And it's a gem. So you'll love to see it. Those are the type of things you want to see. And we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to do that. So big shout out to, before we get this whole party started, big shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you guys for day 2. Z-Bot will be joining us shortly. He's dealing with a bit of a bug. I mean, the bugs keep getting his ass, man. So he's dealing with a bit of a bug. So we'll see him shortly. My man P Money's going to be on shortly. Kevin will be joining us. So it's going to be the foursome squad. And we could have another special guest join us as well. So we'll just we'll see what takes place. I'm gonna give me a second. I'm gonna send a message here to my mans. All right, so I just sent a message to our special guest that could be joining us, our formidable duo. But we'll see how that shakes out and it works out. So that being said, let me jump in and say what's up to everybody tuned in. I gotta. Oh shoot, we got some love coming from BJ Bills. Decided to become a YouTube member. You know we gotta show some love. We gotta show some love to my man BJ Bills. I can't just start the show and not give you some love, man. Shout out to my man BJ Bills. Big shout out to you. Thanks for joining. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, have not hit that smash, hit that like. First of all, you know how the algorithms work. Algorithms work by the more likes this video gets, the more attraction it sends out to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So hit that like while you guys are in here, while we suit up and get ready to jump into this day 2 of draft. Listen, folks, it's going to go fast. It's going to go fast. Even Roger Goodell was like, you know what, first round, I might even shorten that B to 7 minutes. 7 minutes a team. I don't care how you want to look at it. Round 2, I think it's going to be 5 minutes. Is it 5 minutes for round 2? I can't recall. Or it's day 3, 5 minutes. I can't recall. I think it's day 3 is 5 minutes and day 2 is 7. So maybe they might make day 1 and day 2 7 minutes apiece. We'll see. Maybe he might change his mind. So who are you looking forward to having the Bills draft? I'm sure you guys have done some mock drafts, some updated mock drafts. You know what I'm saying? We need to see what's going on. My man Bobby says, yo, was Biggity Bing retired? I'll tell you something right now, bro. I'll tell you something right now. Sometimes you got to roll with the punches. You know what I mean? You got to give what the people want. And the people were saying, you know what? Sometimes the air horn works, but sometimes you got to go back to old reliable Biggity Bing. Sometimes you got to go to old reliable. The bell will always be there. You know what I mean? I got to bang it now because my little Gus Fring bell is gone. So I gotta get myself another one. Maybe I'll get me a bell cow and ring a ding ding just like that. You know what I mean? So love to see it. So what are we doing, man? Jalen Royals. I see Jalen Royals. My man Michelle Holloman wants Jalen Royals. Mukuba, Billy Bowman. Well, I'll tell you right now, man, if you guys looked at my Twitter feed, I'm going to go back to my Twitter feed. I got to show y'all a little something, because if you guys have been paying attention to, let me scroll on down so I don't know how far, I do a lot of retweets. So there we go. So if you guys remember, if you guys recall, you know what I'm saying, this whole thing here, I don't know if you guys can see it. If I can, let me see if I can zoom in, if it's going to let me zoom in. Oh, you big hater. Anyway, the final mock was in, and the first round, safety was not taken, nor was the actual player not taken. So that Pierre, he might still be in the running, but his first round is way off. Tyleek Williams, allegedly, the Bills were interested in Tyleek Williams and got taken by the Detroit Lions 2 picks before. So shoot, me and Bobby would have been hitting on that if that is the truth, right? That was coming from a Detroit beat writer saying the Bills were ready to go and say, hey, Tylee, get ready because we're picking you. Just be ready. And then the Detroit Lions was like, nah, bro, we got that. We got Ali McNeil, we got Aiden Hutchinson, and we got my boy Tylee Williams. So the Bills decided to say, you know what? Next man up, Maxwell Hairston. That was probably their next best player on their board that was graded with a first-round grade. So Maxwell Hairston, me and Bot took Maxwell Hairston, but we didn't expect that until the second round. So we are right now in the running. But if you take a look here, I got Savion Williams. I got Billy Bowman Jr. You know what I'm saying? If we can grab that brother in the fourth, that would be interesting. And Landon Jackson is on Bot's list. So Landon Jackson could be a Bill. Could you imagine if we let the rookie Bot come in and take the first dub? No, we can't have that. We definitely can't have that. So we'll see how it all shakes out at the end of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see how it all shakes out. We'll see how we go. So now, a few things before this draft starts. Let me get this thing going here. What do we make of Shador Sanders not getting drafted? Is this pure hate? Is it pure hate? Do they not like Shador Sanders? Is it a because of the nameplate that's on the back of his jersey? Or is it purely because they feel that he's not a first round drafted type player? He ain't that good. Is that what we saying? Does that make sense? The guy was he was what? Considered a Heisman Trophy candidate. The dude won multiple awards. He's won at HBCUs. He came to a big-time program that hasn't won in decades. He comes in as a first-round draft pick option, and they don't even take him. And he's led the Buffaloes to a legitimate, contending team. Fam, is he really not that first-round grade type guy? I mean, shoot, I saw the man play. I know he can play. I've seen him make big-time throws. Is he slow as ever? Yup. Is he athletic like your Lamars of the world? Hell no, he's not. But is he the third best quarterback? I mean, for the whole time it was Cam, Shador, Cam. This brother fell to the second round. All right. Well, I mean, listen, that's what it is, man. Alton says, anyways, class of QBs is ass besides Ward. I mean, listen, if Ward is the real deal, and I hope he's good, cool. But I also everyone likes what do we call that? We call that a underdog story. So he might go from being a hated player, or they don't really like him, whatever they want to call it, to, all right, the team that takes me, I'm gonna make you guys remember my name. So I'm kind of hoping that's the case. I really am hoping that's the case. All right, so folks, day 2 of the draft is underway, and I just want to see. I got my ads coming, because I got to wait till the ad goes off. But we should be ready to go. Cleveland Browns collect. Hell no. I'm talking about Sanders as we speak, and you have it. These ads kill me. And I can't even skip it, so I got to wait. So if that's what's going down, let's roll. With a 33, are you saying that did it start already? Am I tripping? Let me see if this thing did it get started yet. Let me see. Nah, there's no way. Channing Hill, you trying to mess with me, bro? Channing trying to mess with your boy. All good, brother. All good. Anyway, we're going to see how this all shakes out at the end of the day, folks. So the 33rd pick is about underway. So we'll let Goodell get in there. If it's Shador Sanders, awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing how it takes it. So P Money, all my guys will be joining us soon. So let's get it cracking. Man. So day 2 underway. And let me get my phone charged up. So ready to go. Could you imagine? I would actually, here's the thing. I see some people kind of talking a little bit ish, saying that the Cleveland Browns shouldn't have traded that second pick. They could have grabbed Travis, and they could have, with that 33rd pick, they could have just grabbed Shador Sanders right here. Like, why not? Why not do that? So the real question is, are Cleveland Browns ready to make that happen? So the first pick was what? Mason Graham. Mason Graham went to the Browns, so they matched him up, obviously, with Myles Garrett. So obviously you have to go offensive piece here, right? Wouldn't it make sense? Get yourself a quarterback. You know what I mean? P Money, let me know when you're ready so I can give you that magic intro. All right, there we go. So ladies and gentlemen, I ain't going to do this by myself. I can't do it by myself. I got to get my man P Money in this beat.
What's
what up,
going
P?
on? Was there everything good?
You muted.
Uh-oh. All right. Hold on real fast.
I can't hear my man Pierre, so he's got to set himself up. I'm not sure why.
Testing.
Nope. I don't hear you, brother. I don't hear you. I ain't hear you. He's going to come back. And we'll try to make it happen. Unless it's on my end, but I doubt it. Unless it's on my end, but I don't got it. But anyways, we'll see. Oh, we can. You guys could hear him? Shoot, then that's on me. All right. Shoot. Let me that's what man. P Money, come back, man. I guess that was on me. So let me change my thing up.
Yeah, so let me know when you hear me. But hey, chat, what's going on, chat?
Mine up a little bit.
How's everything on
right.
up on the chat side?
Man, maybe it's me.
I mean, your mic is off right now, though.
You guys can hear me. You guys can hear him. I can't hear him. So what the F is going on?
Yeah, so while he gets that thing situated,
troubleshoot myself. Pierre, you keep talking because they can hear you.
Right here. My man Sal says, nah, we got him. It's you, big belt.
So I'll fix that up.
Hey, Sean, what's going on, man? Listen, man, you guys ready for this draft?
Can I hear you? Let me hear you.
Yeah.
Nope. I can't myself.
You're signed in right now.
Yeah,
but
see, I'm echoing now. All right, I'm gonna come back. I'll come back. All
right. Yeah.
What's going on.
So listen to this. So the Browns are right now on the clock right now. I heard Rico talking about this, earlier in regards to, them picking up, Mason Graham, which he's going to be hands down a solid player, but for them to do that and, gain the first round pick next year with another second round pick this year. And I believe they got a fourth as well. I mean, listen, are they going to go quarterback right here? The whole talk today was about Shador Sanders, falling out of the first round. It'll be interesting to kind of see if they do, make that move. I mean, if I were them, I would, the pick is in right now, so we're going to see. I mean, it makes sense to me, but hey, who knows? But chat, talk to me. What's going on? How are we feeling about Maxwell Hairston? Listen, if I'm being honest, when I first, saw the pick, I wasn't really, it wasn't that I wasn't a fan. It was more so I was unfamiliar with his game, but I mean, of course, like, many of us, we did our deep dive real quick. We wanted to really, really, lock in and see, who this guy was. And man, I'm impressed. What he brings to the table is what we've been needing for a very long time. The dude's instincts are amazing. How he's able to break on the ball, his zone coverage is solid and his speed is unmatched right now. He's one of the fastest in the league. He's arguably the fastest on the team. So I'm a fan of it. Ronnie says, listen, I love the Harrison pick. Love it. Yep, Mad Max. All right, so the Brown selection is in right now. Let's see. Linebacker, Carson Swashinger. Interesting. Now, the Browns have 2 picks early. I think they had the 38th pick as well, or 36th pick. So, interesting. They're going defense back to back. So, we shall see, how that works out. But Kyle says, listen, man, you can't teach that speed. You really can't. It's definitely one of those things where, you sit back and you're going up against the likes of the, Xavier Worthies and, Tyreek Hills, Jalen Waddle type. And, we're definitely having to match up, against that. So you hear me now, Rico?
I can hear you. What I have to do is I have to just put it on my speakers
so I could hear like this. I couldn't hear my earphones, which is super
All right.
weird.
Yeah, so it's,
But we all good now. So
your mic is off though.
My mic, look at that.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll get it figured out. But but yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see, how the Mad Max works out. Yep, good now. Now,
good.
Okay, what's going on, Brew Crew? Now listen to this. We're talking about Harrison. Just real quick. Is Trey White in trouble early?
Ooh.
It's definitely a question to ask. Is he in trouble?
What do you think?
All right. So, Bean came out, before the draft, and he said that they're not giving the job to Trey. It's definitely going to be one of those where, they're going to battle for it. They're going to, have that competition. I mean, he pretty much gave Benford the other side, which, I mean, it's self-explanatory.
It's his. Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see, right? Because, I mean, Harrison's coming in. I mean, I watched his interview today. I mean, the guy's infectious. His personality is amazing.
You like him so far?
Yeah. And as far as his game, he brings an element to the game that Trey White doesn't. But, I mean, Trey White's IQ of the defense is probably unmatched, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how that thing works out.
Well, I will say this: is he in trouble? Yes, absolutely, he's in trouble. You got the younger, healthier, faster first-round pick, and his measurables are about the same as yours.
Yeah,
5'11", $190. You know what I'm saying? Same wingspan, bro. He's measurement-wise you, but faster and younger. So absolutely, he's in trouble. And if somebody tells me otherwise, you just want to hang on to Trey White being the guy, and we don't start rookies. No, the best player should freaking win this game to win the position. So that's what I think. I think that it's going to be that case. So Texans are up, and I'd love to know what everybody else thinks about this Mad Max and being in this position. Don't forget, I hate when Jaden Higgins, receiver.
Solid. Jaden Higgins goes, man. Okay.
I don't know too much about Jaden Higgins, but I can look that brother up. And if he was
6'4",
I mean, before Burden though, Burden.
I mean, I think they're going size. I mean, they're trying to go size. They already have Tank Dell.
6'3", 210, 4'5", 40. I mean, listen.
Yeah, solid.
They'll take it. I mean, you need to give CJ Stroud some weapons, boys. So why not? This works out. But I absolutely think that this Max Hairston definitely puts pressure on my man Trey White. Trey White, for me, has to be twice as good. He's got to be twice as good, twice as sharp, because everything is going against him. The only thing that's in his on his side is familiar. I'm very familiar with this offense. I mean, with his defense. I mean, that can only go take you so far. Another thing that I'm not a big fan of. Trey White's going to mentor him. He's only 30. How are you going to get a 30-year-old that still wants to play and still want to be a starter to mentor the young guy? He ain't there yet. If he's 35, 36, okay, I'll mentor him. 33, 34, but 30? I just turned 30. I'm turning 31, bro. I miss me with that mess. I'm not buying it. I don't know. I don't know about how you feel, but I'm not buying it. I refuse to buy that.
I mean, I don't think that Trey White's going to sit there and not want to give him, any sort of nuggets. I mean, listen, if we're being honest, the one thing that Trey White has on everyone on this defense is that he was McDermott's first pick, right? So he pretty much built this defense himself, right? Or at least the back end, right? He knows everything about this defense. So, I mean, it wouldn't make sense for him, not to share some nuggets. So, I mean, I see him, giving him a little bit.
Little bit of love. I see that.
A little bit of love.
My man Squawka says, I'm on that Thornton train, man. 6'5", 4'3", 40. He wants that Dante Thornton. We'll see, man. I mean, listen, I was on that Dante Thornton as well. Big time speed, stretch the field. I mean, anybody you put with Josh Allen, they're going to kill it. I don't see it anyway. I don't see any way that you think that Josh Allen's is going to struggle with this receiver. He won't struggle. You have to conform to me, meaning you do what I need you to do. We're gonna be just fine. If you don't, that's on you, because you're talking to the MVP right here, boy. So we'll see how that all shakes out. We got my man. We have another guest coming in, and he's a fan favorite. He's he roots for a team that we've made our little brother for some time now, and lo and behold, our guy, Kevin Gerard. Let me get you in here, Kev. How you doing, boss?
I'm good, buddy.
I'm gonna fix this up for us. There we go.
I enjoyed
How
the
you doing,
first
Kev?
one. You just saw the top of my hair. It was good.
Well, we're gonna get you sorted out. There we go. We'll get you sorted out. How you doing, boss?
I'm good, buddy. How are you? How's Pierre?
What up, Kev? Everything's well, man. I see you rocking the Lakers.
Yeah, well, I got to find my least offensive sport of apparel. I don't want to piss him off too much, you know.
Is Lakers in 5?
Lakers in 5, baby. Lakers in 5. Let's go, Kev. So far, your thoughts on the draft thus far? Has it been underwhelming? Just where it's supposed to be? Where are you at right now?
Like overall?
Overall.
It's been pretty fun. We weren't really expecting the trade up to 2. That kind of came out of nowhere. Well, we were starting to hear about it yesterday morning, but like it was pretty much a surprise. That was pretty good. The corners lasting. Obviously, the medicals on Will Johnson pushed him down. And then obviously the off-field allegations against Mike Green pushed him down. So it was interesting. There was some stuff that I wasn't expecting. And then, of course, you get one, you do your mock draft. You get like one thing that's wrong, and it's just like a domino effect. So It's not bad. My heart's a little broken right now when they took Carson Schwarzenegger first overall.
Oh, that's what you wanted, huh?
Oh, that guy's going to be so good, man. He's
listen, that's gonna be a good defense.
He's a Matt Milano because he's like excellent.
Oh,
wow,
excellent coverage. He's really good.
I'll tell you this: that defense, that offense may not put a whole lot of points up, but that defense is gonna be something, man. So I mean, when you're in a division like the AFC North, you got no choice. You got no choice but to come out and really put a defense up because Joe Burrow. Lamar Jackson, bro, you got no choice. And I think Aaron Rodgers is going to Pittsburgh. So, I mean, shoot. How else do you want to do this? How else do you want to see it? So, the pick is in for the Seattle Seahawks. Allegedly, they're picking a safety. We don't know how true that is. I just happened to walk across that on Twitter, and the person that posted it is usually pretty damn accurate. So, I'll let you guys decide on which safety that's going to be.
Now, it's probably, I mean, the next best one they're saying is who Nick
Murray.
Yeah, right. So I mean,
him or Xavier Watts. Depends.
It'll be interesting if I believe it was you, Rico, or Bobby that mentioned in the chat in regards to if we wanted to add more speed to this defense, it would be interesting if we were to be able to draft, Iman Worry. So I mean,
I'll tell you right now, Iman Rory, I think, is the one that's supposed to be going to this team. So
gotcha.
I hate to be the guy that breaks the news, but that's who they're picking. Look at see Richard Sherman out there.
Yeah. Iman Worry plays like Cam Chancellor, so it's kind of fitting.
Isn't that funny? Going to Seattle like that, and the Seattle's got a decent little defensive backfield, so it'll be really cool to see how that dynamic works out. But I gotta turn my volume up just a little bit. Do you guys have your volume up on your side just a little bit, or?
No, there he is. Yeah, Iman Worry. Yeah. No, I had mine turned off.
Yep.
There you go. So Nick Iman Worry, I liked him, man. I was like, I was paying attention to them. Like, do the build when at the early stages when I heard the 6'3" and one's just a freaking 4'3" 40, I was like, where they do that at? So rangy freaking safety. So this guy can go from side to sideline. From the little film that I watched of him, and so these boys picking this boy up, man.
He's solid, but you know what? You actually traumatized me when you talked about Taylor Mays, last night, because I mean, listen. Like Taylor Mays was amazing when you talk about, combine warrior, had all the numbers, big, tall, fast, 4'3" guy. And listen, at the end of the day, you have to know how to play football, right? It comes down to football at the end of the day. So, I mean, like Nick has all the measurables.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying that he's amazed, but, we can't really, be too enamored with those measurables.
And that's the thing. And
what if
speaking
you
of
compared him
being,
to Darwin James though? Because that's another name.
I mean,
So
that's a
instead
great
of Taylor
comparison.
Mays, he's another Darwin James, same type athletic profile, right? So it changes the perspective when you, depending upon what name you invoke. Both of them are, Mays and James are elite athletes, but one was, Taylor Mays and the other one's Derwin James. So
the pro comp for Eamon Warrior, apparently, according to my little magazine here, they're saying it's Kyle Hamilton. Kind of like a unicorn type player, big body, can move. I mean, now Kyle Hamilton's not a fast guy, but he's got the instincts. So maybe Seattle got themselves a good one. And here come the freaking Cleveland Browns. Could this be Shador Sanders?
What magazine you got there? The Halifax.
You want to know what magazine I got? You want to know what magazine I got?
Kyle Hamilton.
Called Lindley's Sports Draft Book, my friend. Huh?
Okay.
Oh,
don't hate on me. Don't hate on me.
That from the
you got to do your homework somewhere. What is Cleveland doing here?
Running back.
They're going back-to-back defense?
Running back.
Who, Travion Henderson?
No,
Judkins.
Quinshawn.
My feed's obviously way behind.
He's solid though.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's solid.
Quinshawn Judkins. Now that is a name. Quinshawn? Golly.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely solid. But it's clear right now that they're saying, listen, we're going one more year with Watson. We're going to see what's up with Watson.
You think they will?
I don't think Watson's going to get the field.
No.
I think they're going to tell him to stay home. I think they're done with him, but they need another year to try, because it's the fully guaranteed contract, right? Yeah. They can't get rid of him. It's not feasible to get rid of him and field a team. So they're just. I think you heard he re-injured his Achilles, right?
Oh, he re-injured it.
He re-injured his Achilles apparently.
He's done.
That's it.
Even the GM was like, "Yo, it's clear that we whiffed on that acquisition. We whiffed." I was like, "Golly, the guy's still in the room." And you saying that you whiffed on him? He's like, "Guys, I'm still here." Golly, so there ain't no way he's taking a snap. So they got to do something with that pick. Now, if you're Shador Sanders,
it's over for him. But I think they're just trying to pick good players, build up the roster. Next year, they'll probably I haven't looked at the details, but maybe it's easier to get out of Watson, hopefully after one more year. Then they'll try and get out of it and then draft a quarterback, right? But put the rest of the roster in place so that hopefully by the time you draft the quarterback, you're putting him in with talent around him, so he has a better chance of succeeding.
I mean, Kenny Pickett it is.
They're just loading up for next year.
Yeah,
you better get ready, boy.
They're loading up. I mean, listen, Kenny Pickett. If they're ready to go with Kenny Pickett as their guy, good luck. I mean, I didn't say anything from Kenny Pickett that made me feel like, all right, he could lead this franchise. So he's just a placeholder until if they really want to go after the guys for next year. It's supposed to be a tougher draft, or they're going to try to pick up Quinn Ewers or whatever that dude's name is.
Bad.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers.
Later on. Who knows what these guys are trying to do, man?
Terrible.
I mean, Jackson Dart came out of nowhere, so you just never know these guys. You just never know. So, all right, and listen, Kev, I got to ask you this, man. You see what the Bills. You see what they need.
Mm-hmm.
We're picking out what 56. Is this a receiver that you pick here, or do we stick to the defense and continue to do what we do and just build up that defense? Because obviously that's where we have all our weaknesses. Here comes Miami.
Oh no!
Dolphins just traded the pick.
Oh no, I don't like that. Don't like
Get ready
that
for
at all.
Get ready for it. Get ready for it. That might be your pick. Will Johnson might be the pick here. You should be happy.
That's the reaction I was waiting. There it is.
They don't have the capital to trade up. This is going to be a bad move. So stupid.
I need
the other way.
What's your guess, Kev? Give me a guess. What do you think?
Whatever is the wrong thing to do. That would be my.
Shador Sanders? Could it be?
No, they're not going to do that. Why would you try and move on from Tua with a Tua clone? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for real, right?
When they finally move on from Tua, they're going to go the opposite end of the spectrum. And they're going to pick the super athletic guy and hope to hit the traitsy guy. If they traded up to draft the same player, like what's the point?
All right, so I mean, who do you think it might
I'm
be? Though?
assuming it's Will Johnson because I don't know who else, why they would have. So they traded a second and the fifth. So they trade their second, third, and fourth, and they get back a fifth. This is exactly what I didn't want them to do.
Second, third, and fourth.
Terrible, terrible move.
To move up how many slots, though? Where were they at?
They moved up 11.
11 slots?
That's not bad.
So it's a
It's
2
not
and
bad,
a
Kev.
3 for a 5
You
and
gave up a
11
third.
spots.
You give up a third and you swap fifths. It's not
And a
bad.
fourth.
Or who would you want right here before they announce this?
Yeah.
I don't know the condition of Will Johnson's knee.
Will Johnson?
Assume he's the best player on the board, but I don't know like how bad it is. But it's an awful trade.
Joe Vaya guard.
Talk to me, Kev.
So fucking
6'4", 320.
stupid. Just so fucking stupid. Like they're so bad at what they do. They're so bad at what they do. It's not a bad player. I'm trying not to lose.
It isn't.
It's not a bad player.
It's
But
safe
why
pick.
the fuck would you move up for a fucking guard who's going to be there anyways?
Well,
You
who are
really
your
think
guards
this
now?
bum is gonna go within the next 11 picks? Like, what are you thinking? And then they show this. It's so fucking bad. It is so stupid.
There it
So
is. They feel good. They feel good about it, Kev.
because they're
So
idiots.
I
I
get-
felt good about everything I flip out.
Kev,
of
it's
that.
a safe pick, Kev.
It is a safe pick.
It's a safe
It's
pick.
literally someone that had they picked. I didn't really want him because I keep seeing guys mocking him to us. And he's good. He's good. I didn't really want him, but it was like I wouldn't have been pissed. But you just gave up a bunch of picks.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Fucking guy would have been there
yeah.
at 48 anyways.
I get
Yeah.
it. I get it.
I can
It's the
respect
fact that
that.
they gave up. It's the
I can
fact that they
respect that.
gave up picks to get this guy when he
They
could have
give
just
up 3
fell to
picks
you
for
guys.
it. Yeah, for sure.
They don't. The roster's decimated. They don't have
I
enough
agree.
picks to do this bullshit. And now they're doing this. Who trades up for a fucking guard? You know what they did the last time they did this?
That's
They did this
true.
a couple years ago. For I can't even think right now.
I mean, according to my little booklet here, he was a 3rd to 4th round projection.
No, he was
Um,
definitely going the second round. But
They're saying that he's Matthew Bergeron from the
he's a really
Falcons.
good player.
Pro comp.
I wanted Matthew Bergeron last year. But Jesus Christ, like
But he's a big boy, man. 6'5", 330. That's
he's
a big boy.
tackle
You need to
that has
protect
to
your
play.
quarterback, bro. What are you
He's
mad
a
at?
tackle that has to move into guard because he can't play. So now he's basically a failed tackle that they're hoping can play guard. He's a good run blocker. He's powerful. He's a people mover, but he's not athletic enough to play tackle outside in the NFL. So they're going to move him in. Had they picked him at 48, I wouldn't be that upset. What the fuck are you doing? Like, sorry, but like, what are you doing? Like, it's so bad.
All right, hold on. Let me ask you a question. So, like, who are your starters now?
At guard?
So from left to right, who do you got? Because I mean,
So left to
he's
right.
clearly an upgrade over somebody.
So left tackle is Patrick Paul, the guy they took in the second round last year that I blew up when they took him because he was garbage. They signed James Daniels to play left guard. He's actually awesome. He's from the Steelers. And he's a better scheme fit with us than he was because he's a really athletic guy. So he's our banner signing. He's the guy I was happiest with. I can't even think right now. The center we got from Tennessee.
You got Robert Jones, Isaiah Wynn,
Robert Jones.
Austin Jackson.
No, that's last year, bro. That's last year. Those two
Well, there
guys
you
aren't even on the roster. Austin
Done.
Jackson will
Yeah.
play right tackle. This guy is savvy in the air, whatever you pronounce it. He'll be right guard beside Austin Jackson. And it's just I'm so defeated. Like the stupidity of these moves. So
let me
many
ask you this.
holes. So now they don't pick. They don't pick again till the end of the fourth because they had 2 4th-round picks. So now they don't pick till the end of the fourth. They don't have a starting corner on the roster.
Yeah, it's tough.
Peter
That's tough.
Kohu.
That's a tough one. That's a
And
tough one.
what are
I
they
agree.
going to do? Like they should
Who
have
did you
brought
want?
back.
Who would you rather they grab here in this spot? That was available.
To be honest, I wouldn't even have cared if they grabbed this guy at 48. It's the fact they gave up their third and a fourth for this guy.
That's tough.
That's the problem, because he was going to be there at 48.
I mean, they got a fifth round pick. They got a fifth round pick.
Ratledge. Like, what are you doing?
Pierre's got a point. They did give you a 5th round pick, so you're not bad. And I don't know where the 5th round pick is. Maybe it's an early 5th. But I mean, listen, protection is the name of the game. Dude, your quarterback, they were killing him. You need some kind of protection. I get it. 48 would have been fine. 48 would have been great, but they traded up. They got worried. They probably thought somebody was going to grab their guy, so they panicked. And that is the Miami Dolphins in a nutshell. Panic for no reason.
Fired Greer and McDaniel at the end of the year. They should have fired these bums. They should have ran them out of town.
How is Greer still there, though?
I was about to ask the same question. They love this guy, man.
I don't understand it either. I'm pretty sure that this is his last year, and they hired this guy, and he's going to take over from Greer. They'll bump Greer upstairs, and they'll give him some bullshit title. Bump
him upstairs.
Yeah,
he should be bumped outside the building.
Bump him out.
They'll make him director of ticket sales or some bullshit. He's not going to be. He's been around forever, so they'll let him kind of retire with some grace, and they'll give him a bullshit position. And they brought in the guy already, but now you've let him do this. What are you thinking? It's just an absolute terrible, terrible, terrible move. Vintage Greer. Why would you move up for this guy?
All right, so the Patriots are about to make their pick right now. Man,
I feel for Kevin, because Kevin had a 2nd round pick, he had a 3rd round pick, so he's gonna have an enjoyable night. And then now he gave up his 3rd round
every year.
Come on, baby.
You better watch out with these Patriots, though.
Be Luther. Do not pick Luther.
They're already stacked at receiver. Do you think they grew Luther too?
I hope not. But I mean, we saw Miami go guard, so who knows, man?
Stacked at receiver. What do you mean stacked at receiver? The ghost of Diggs and a bunch of bums.
Rico loves Diggs.
I'm a Diggs fan. I'm always gonna be a Diggs fan.
You're saying Diggs is stacked. That's it.
I think he can still play. I mean, we're about to find out. We're about to find out. Obviously,
he's about to be all pro according to Rico.
Easy now.
All right, come on.
What are the Patriots going to be up to? What are they up to? I mean, they got Jalen Polk out there.
Yo, he's a beast.
Oh, golly. Ooh, they're building something out there, boy.
Nice.
They're building something out there, boy.
Sheesh. I still can't.
So you got Ramondre Stevenson, and you have this boy.
Oh shit! Okay.
Not solid. Yeah, it's
no wonder y'all got Grant. Grant's gonna save you guys from that stuff, man.
Their home run. Oh, the Clinton Portis comp.
That's a solid comp.
Portis was a beast.
That's a solid comp. I like that. Yo, that boy got speed, man. Woo-wee. Yo, we better watch out. These Patriots ain't played no games, man. We better find our defensive tackle right now.
Yeah. So, hey, who knows, man?
Travion Henderson. I got to see. They say you said Clint Porn. They said.
I mean, Abby says we just hope that May fizzles out. Have we seen enough right now in May to, feel, strong that he's even, a viable quarterback in this league?
Not enough. I haven't seen enough yet. So
yeah, same here.
I haven't seen enough. I mean, shit, Joe. They say Joe Milton was better than his ass. So I mean,
hey, right? Yeah, exactly. Hey, chill. Shh. I want to, So, I mean, I hope he fizzles out as well. But I don't think he's even lit at this point. In order to fizzle out, in my opinion. But who knows? I mean,
Drake, May,
he has
Henderson,
his receivers now.
Diggs, Hunter Henry. I mean, and don't forget they got Will Campbell, so they got some protection now. Yo, Vrabel is a good coach though, man. So you kind of see the success. You can see that this team is going to be successful. Now, whether they they might need a couple more years to kind of get there, or they might put it all together. Vrabel's back, man. Vrabel is back. I like it. I kind of like the move for the Patriots. I ain't gonna lie.
He said Rico loves Diggs. Yo, listen, a Buffalo.
I'm a fan of Diggs. I'm not gonna just because he's not on the Bills. You're dead to me. I don't do that.
He loves everyone but James Cook. So that's pretty much where we're at this point.
Good old Jimbo Cook. Jimbo Cook better show up to camp, mini camp, and do all the things he's supposed to do. Brandon B will not have it. He's lost $31 million before in dead money. He will lose more if he has to. You better shape up. Shape up, young buck. Shape up. Well, good.
All right, so who's on the clock right now? The Bears.
So in the chat, for those that are in the chat right now, have you guys done any more mock drafts? And with the mock drafts that you've done for spots 56 and 62, who did you guys end up going with? Now that it's all said and done, I need you guys to chime in. Let me know who the 2 players that stood out to you, and we can get it cooking right now.
All right, so let me see. As far as our mock drafts,
we
went ahead and I went edge right here. It's possible to kind of, we keep on talking about we need the D tackle, which again, I agree. We definitely need a D tackle who can, cause that pressure up the middle. But man, McDermott loves his damn, pass rushers. He wants versatile guys.
Who is this cat that you got at the defensive end? I'm not familiar with that, brother.
So
yeah, JT.
When you look at his film, he gives me I'm not going to say that he is, Jalen Phillips, but it's how he's able to attack, the O lineman. And he gets in the backfield. ASAP. The dude
he's got a burst.
Yeah, he has that burst. He has a little swim. He has active hands for sure. So
all right, bet. I like it. Well, the pick is in for the Chicago Bears. I don't know who the Bears are going with, but they seem pretty damn happy about it. Yo, every time they show Ryan Poles when he gets on the phone, bro, this guy's unexciting. He did it last year with Caleb Williams, and he did it again with the first round draft pick this year. Hey man, what's up? You ready to be a Bear? Yo, boring, man. Get hype. It took freaking Coach Johnson. What is it? Is that the coach? Yeah, it took Ben Johnson to be like, hey man, are you ready to go? Like, get hype. Golly, the owner. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
This brother looks lost.
Ryan Pooley,
there you go.
He definitely thinks he's him.
Why are they booing this guy?
His division. The Bears division.
Who's that? Tillman?
Yeah, no, he's just hating because the Bears Packers rivalry.
Who is that?
I have no idea.
Peanut Tillman?
No.
He said simmer down.
That's
white.
I can't even get over this trade. So I'm still wallowing in it. Why? Whole night ruined. And they had to do it so early.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Who's this?
Golly, man.
That's
Luther
interesting.
Burden, wide receiver.
Ooh.
So who they got over there? They got Romeo. They got Luther Burden now.
Got Keenan Allen. Right?
Well, I think Keenan Allen's still a free agent. He's still a free agent.
Oh, okay. So listen,
free agent.
I think this guy is going to be, Ben Johnson's version of Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Oh, you said it, brother.
You
said it. Oh, they got more. Golly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. More. Yep. And more. Right. So he's going to play that role.
DJ. Ooh, that's a lineup, man. DJ, Romeo, Burden. Hey.
That's solid right there. That's a solid trio for sure.
Yo, the Bears are gonna be fun to they're gonna be fun to watch, bro.
So bad.
The Bears will be fun to watch. Yo, good on these boys. Watch out for Chi-Town. Chi-Town. That's good for them, man. Good for those boys. That NFC North is gonna be something. And he can run too.
Oh, he's an all-purpose guy, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he
because
does a
you
little
told
bit
me to
of
watch the
everything.
film. I was watching it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, he's solid, man. He's definitely solid. I mean, he's one of those
Should be
guys
fun.
where just get him the ball.
Just put the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
Let him do
Give him the
work.
ball, and yeah, exactly. So,
Lower girl, we are 56 and 62 is our pick. 56, 62. So if you guys have done your homework, somebody said Caleb was washed. You stop. You need to stop that mess. What did you guys get at 56 and 62 when you guys did your mock drafts, your recent mock drafts? I'm curious. So let me know. Drop them in the chat. Just put hashtag mock draft and the 2 players that you guys got. I got GQ Bob coming in with a super chat. It says, yo, Edge is next. Landon Jackson, book it for these Bills.
Landon Jackson, huh?
Landon Jackson.
Bill.
I
I wouldn't be mad at it.
We don't pick for another 16 picks, so it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. P Money, what are you trying to do? You trying to do all 3 rounds? I mean, second and third, or what? What you do?
I mean, nah. This is the second. I mean, we don't really have a 3rd round pick, so there's no real need for that.
It's just.
So listen.
But I mean, if we trade down and get another 2nd rounder,
then we can talk about it. Then we can talk about it.
No, 3rd rounder, then maybe.
Here we go.
Man, I'm
so Kev, knowing what you know now, obviously you're going to be picking in the 4th. Where are you guys picking in the 4th?
The bottom.
Oh,
it's the comp pick we got for Christian Wilkins. It should have been a 3rd, but he got hurt, so it got bumped from a 3rd to a 4th.
Poor guy. I mean, Kev, I want to sympathize for you, brother. I do, but I think that was actually a non-sexy pick that's going to help you guys in the long run. And I know we gave up for it, and you'll pay for it later, obviously, by giving up that second. We'll see.
Listen, the Saints. If the Saints don't go Shador right here, it's like, yo, all right, you might not get drafted.
You don't want it to be a pity pick either. Don't make it a pity pick.
Golly, man, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how this kid is falling, man.
Why should you falling? Is it just is he just not good? You can't say he's not good because that's bull. So what is it? I don't get it.
Teams are like, if you're going to go in and spend a high draft pick, I mean, right now it's a 2nd, so it's not as big of a deal. Yeah, if you're going to go in and you're going to spend a 1st on a guy, then you're declaring that you're going to build around him, right? So the teams that that's a big commitment. It means you're committing to this guy for like 4 years. So a lot of people don't think he's got the tools for it. He's a good processor with a limited arm, no mobility. So that's not the trend right now. So that's kind of why he probably falls. Plus, I'm sure there are some people that don't want, whether it's good or not, whether they want the hype that comes with Deion Sanders' kid and the media circus that's going to come with that. I'm sure that's a detriment to him, whether it's fair or not.
We'll see who they go with now.
Wow.
Damn, they took Tyler Shuck
before?
No, now they're just disrespecting him. No, he's being disrespected. No, they're disrespecting his ass.
Unbelievable.
Louisville quarterback? Bruh. No, they're sticking it to Deion. The owners all said, we ain't picking this guy. We're gonna humble him until he gets picked. Golly. Ooh, wee. Tyler Shuck.
Was that his mom? Did anyone see that? No, just me.
No, that's
Kevin. You're always peeping. I swear, man. You're always
certainly was not the mom.
You always catch him for sure.
The 25-year-old rookie, size and strength. Let me guess. They're gonna say
26 when the season starts. He'll be almost 30 by the time his rookie contract's up.
They pick an old guy just cause.
Yeah. But there you go. But there's my point.
Josh Allen yet? I'm waiting for them to say Josh Allen.
There's my point. He's got a better arm. He's got decent mobility. This the kid from the combine that was like the only one that ran the 40 for quarterbacks and he ran like a 4.6 or something like that. So he's got some mobility. He's got kind of a bigger arm. He was on the Van Wilder plan where he was like in university for like 7 years or something like that.
Wilder.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Good.
Yeah.
Nice, Kev. Nice.
He's like 7 years in or something like that. COVID, one of the COVID extensions there for university. So I'm not even exaggerating. He was there for 7 years. Bro's 20. He's going to be 26 when the season starts. So
OMG.
I'm getting
Yeah.
the chat saying that the Bills just traded.
Oh, it's too late. You couldn't get that fucking bum guard. Yeah.
All right. Who did we who you think we're going for? Who is it?
Who is it?
Jalen Noel?
Receiver?
Nah, it can't be. We're trading up for a receiver, man.
Landon Jackson, making sure they
listen. They might grab your ears. I'm lost. I don't know where they want to go with this one.
I don't.
Channing's saying they're going for your boy JT.
JT?
You might be right back in this book, man.
Oh, if they go JT, listen, if they go JT, wait till you guys watch his film.
We still need an edge. Listen, who are the edge guys available still?
There's quite a few guys.
Well,
yeah, man. I think Mike Green is still available, is he not?
He is. Maybe that's who you traded up for. I mean, you guys don't care about the character concerns, so
listen, you know what though? I have something to say about the character stuff.
You get both guys, him and Hairston, both guys with the
Mike Green, huh? Yeah. Could it be Mike Green?
What'd you give up?
Is Nick Scorton is still
all right, hold on. He gave up okay, wait.
You gave up a second and a fourth.
A third. We received a third, but we gave up our second and fourth.
So we gave up our 62nd pick.
Yeah.
And 56. Yeah,
that's
we gave up
solid.
both of them. Well, we got a third round pick. Okay.
Yeah, that's solid.
The show must go on.
The show must go on.
The show must go on. So who we grabbing, man? What's coach thinking at this point? Does he Burden's gone. None of the big time receivers that we wanted are there. I don't think he's gonna go Savion Williams here. It's not happening. It's got to be defensive end. We didn't get it's DT. What am I saying? We need a defensive tackle for crying out loud.
But who though? Who? I would love it for it to be what's his name? Hold on, I'll tell you right now. I would love it to be
so Tyleek's gone. It could be TJ. Oh, you know what? It might be Deion Walker.
Yeah, TJ Sanders.
TJ Sanders?
I would love if it's TJ Sanders, that would be awesome.
6'4", 284, or it might be Deion Walker, 6'7", 340. I think they go back to Kentucky, maybe.
Everyone's shaking.
They had Deion Walker in. They seem pretty happy.
Go, baby. Come on.
Shoot.
Hey, chat, don't spoil it, chat. Don't spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it. Or you know what? Shoot, they might even go safety, man.
Well, Kevin
might
Winston?
even go safety.
Let's see, man.
I thought you made all those noises. I thought they made the pick already. Shoot, Joshua Farmer. I see you guys in the chat. Joshua Farmer might be it too, right? Josh Farmer's a powerful high motor.
Yeah, he's solid, man.
Yeah, the Florida boy.
I was watching this film yesterday for sure.
So we got a third round pick. We're picking on 72. And all right, so we back in business. We back in business. Get yourself your defensive end.
I see people saying
DT
Trey Amos. Yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna get.
Nah, you don't go Trey Amos than that.
Yeah.
There's no way.
We're not doubling up at corner.
Nah, that'd be crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
Izaraku would be kind of what you were hoping Von Miller would be. That kind of edge player.
Listen, I'm not. The Bills are they're in such a position that you just don't know what the heck they're gonna do.
I mean, trading up.
It needs to be the pick. You got the corner. You got to go DT.
Oh, you know what? You know what would be really smart? I don't know if you're going to do it. No, what would be amazing for you guys is if you took. If I were you, I'd take Alfred Collins right here. I would take Alfred Collins.
He's a big boy.
He's who I wanted, so obviously it would make sense that you got him. Yeah. And just to ruin the night and
ruin your night, huh?
Well, that's who I would take. Alfred Collins. Well,
the Bills met with Omar Norman Lott. They had a visit with Tyleek. Well, obviously Tyleek's gone, so Omar Norman Lott could be a guy that comes in here too. TJ Sanders, bro, They had an official visit with TJ Sanders, Pierre.
Listen, if you watch TJ Sanders,
and he gives you pressure.
I'm telling you, man,
he's pressure with this boy.
All right, here we go. Be good to me.
Lee Evans.
All right, Lee.
All right, Lee, I get it. I thought you were going to show up as a Raven guy. Let's go.
My feet's so far behind, I haven't seen it yet. TJ Sanders.
TJ Sanders. That's who I wanted right there, that fella.
Oh,
Let's go.
I'm glad you took the left.
TJ Sanders, big
Yo,
boy.
Watch him.
Versatile, quick off the ball, pad level.
I'm telling you. Listen, I'm not saying he's Chris Jones, but he kind of Chris Jones-like as far as how he's able to get in the backfield easy. Again, I'm not saying he's Chris Jones, but listen, the guy's able to get back there. He'll give you a little bit of the 1 tech and 3 tech, right? So he's kind of versatile. He's solid, man. He's solid.
So here's what I need to understand. I mean, is he a true nose? Is he
No.
gonna push that pocket like that?
He's not a true nose, but Bean did say in his presser that he still needs a guy that can pass rush. Yep. Yes, I want you to be, that 1 tech, or I want you to be in the middle, but I still need you to pass rush. So there was only a few in this draft that were able to pass rush, now, at that DT position, and he's one of them.
Oh, here come the Jets. The Jets trade up. You think they're drafting Shador with the Jets? No, they can't do that.
Why not? Smart. Why not?
You got Tyrod, you got Fields.
Yeah, none of these bums are going to stop me from taking a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, why not take the guy? You can let Fields play this year. Let Sanders sit for a bit, and then bring him in.
Fields is still young. He's still trying to make his way.
Fields is a bum. He's a great runner. He can't throw. We saw it in Pittsburgh. If you just box score scouted, you would have seen his nice numbers at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
Anyone who watched saw he couldn't lead an efficient passing attack. Couldn't throw the
ball.
All
right, so let's talk more about this TJ Sanders pick. 6'4", 290s, but just shy of 300 pounds. And what are they saying? I need to know what people are saying about this man's here. So here's what they're saying his strengths are when it comes to TJ Sanders. So where we at? TJ. All right. So good initial bursts, gets him through gaps. Often requires a double team to effectively defend on passing downs. Okay. So he can't hold up. He's a problem. Will be a patient and read things out rather than play reckless. Love it. This is kind of like Derek Harmon. Derek Harmon's a read guy before he reacts. He's not going to get washed.
Yep.
Alert with ideal spatial awareness, uses leverage effectively and manipulates blocks, and can bend enough to be the low man. Excellent pursuit player, and who can run down quarterbacks and corral them as they scramble. Strings together moves like he's in a flow state of passing downs.
That's what I was noticing, right? Just how he's able to have his moves. And if he wants to get to the backfield, he's getting to the backfield, right? The only thing that I didn't like was that, sometimes on run defense,
right?
He wasn't able to really, block shed, consistent. But overall, I was looking for a guy that can get to the quarterback, man. If I'm being honest, the big boy who can get to the quarterback.
That's what he wanted.
And he's one of those for sure.
That's exactly what they wanted. And here's what they say too: his weaknesses: a little underweight for his typical defensive end for a defensive tackle, and it shows when he has to sit down against blocks. So he could probably get pushed off a little bit.
Yeah.
Not a natural stack and shed player as he gets turned off his angles.
Yeah.
Tackling strength is average. And he's not as bulky as what they're saying. So I mean, that's something you can work on.
Exactly.
You can work on that. Listen, they'll put you in the conditioning room, get you working out, put some weight on you. You'll be good to go. So they're saying the pro comp. I mean, according to this little thing here I'm reading, is Milton Williams, that ex-Philly defensive tackle that's with New England right now. Freakish athlete, despite being on the lighter side, but he's an athlete. That boy can get after it. So maybe this is the right pick.
He's solid.
I mean, you gotta trust the process, and that's exactly what we've been told to do. Trust the process, see how this goes through, and we'll go from there. How does the chat feel about this? Are we liking this move, chat? Talk to us in here. South Carolina defense was incredible last year. and I'm sure he was part of it. So now I got more guys to do homework on. My man, Too Crispy says, "Yo, was a solid trade. People act like we didn't get a 72nd for the 62 while moving up 15 spots. Nothing wrong with the trade. The fourth is whatever. I don't mind it. I think they think they have value in the third. So we're gonna find out exactly what takes place.
Yeah.
And
the thing about it is that
good move
when you're looking at what you're trying to get in the first 2 rounds,
right?
You're trying to get impact guys, guys that can, most likely, touch to field in year 1 and make an impact. And it's kind of hard, man, because I was looking at a lot of the defensive tackles, and I wasn't impressed with a lot of them.
Okay.
Right. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you can make an argument that with TJ, he's able to actually, make somewhat of an impact early. So I mean, who knows? We shall see.
I mean, listen, let me see Carl Jones. Carl Jones has TJ Sanders with the 41st. He says that he finished with 4 sacks last year and finished first team all SEC.
First
right?
team who?
First team all SEC.
Tell me,
So
man. Solid.
listen, let me just share my screen real quick so we can have an idea of what we're talking about here. Who's this? Who's dancing on the stage like that? That's a suit. Let me before I play this, let's see what these boys are saying.
What do you want? Your brother. I know.
Oh shit.
The tone of my voice.
Mason Taylor.
Wow.
Mason Taylor, and the drop continues. 6'5", 250, polished, elusive, Zach Ertz type tight end.
That's Jason
All
Taylor's Jason Taylor's son, I believe.
That's correct.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's his son.
Jason Taylor's son and Zach Thomas's nephew.
Well, his auntie's pretty. His auntie looks good, so I mean, listen, we good on that. Yeah, we good on that.
Yeah, I see.
All right, so let me jump into what Carl Jones. Share my screen here.
Listen, I'm excited for this one, man.
Well, listen, let me show you a little
for
something. Let me see why you should be excited. Let's see what Carl Jones got us playing on the screen here. Let me just share my screen real quick. Get that out there. Boom. All right, so Carl Jones gave us an opportunity to kind of have a look-see what we're looking at here in terms of, look at my man right here. Hey, hand movement.
Give me that.
Uh-huh. There it is. Pop.
Get there. Bang.
Okay. You mentioned Chris Jones.
I'm telling you. That's a huge comparison. But
it is a huge comparison.
He has the possibility of becoming an extremely impactful
he reads well,
player, for sure.
He reads well. Hey. I don't mind it.
Solid, man.
I don't mind it. I like it. I like it. I like what I see.
The trend, though, right? That like Bean and McDermott have. They love these smaller defensive tackles that don't really play the run, and they love these big defensive ends that play the run. It's like a trend, and like it's educational for someone like me, where you're just kind of like, I got to stop mocking them like really good run players like at DT. Like Alfred Collins to me would have been a home run hit because
that's a big boy, man.
Like comparison, it would have been the contrast of blend of skills with and Ed Oliver, right? Because what you're describing with TJ Sanders is what Ed Oliver is supposed to be. So it would have been
in a way you're right. In a way you're right.
And this isn't a knock. It's just I find it really interesting that they have obviously have a type, right? And regardless of what I think, like they're like, we want smaller penetrators at DT, and we want big dudes like Groot and Epinesa to like hold the edges. For sure. Because I was saying like go for Izaraku, like the Boston College, or go for Mike Green, the bendy guys on the outside. They don't seem to like him, so it's cool. They have a system that's obviously worked for whatever. What are you going to year 8 or 9 with McDermott?
Yeah,
it's obviously worked. So like I said, it's not a knock. It's just it's interesting. I got to remember that next year. Like when I'm thinking about you guys and who you guys should take, like follow the script.
I look at it like this: when it comes down to what we were needing in this draft, our run defense was not horrible. I don't even think it was even that bad, right? We needed pass rush. Everyone knew that the issue that we had was penetration up the middle, right? That was our main thing when you're talking about our defensive line.
Yep.
We have to have pass rush up the middle.
Yep.
Right? So
that's what he wanted. That's
put this
exactly what he
off.
wanted.
Exactly. So, I mean, it makes
Let me
complete sense to me.
let me give you guys something that's going to make you even happier. So if you look at my screen here, so his RAS score, okay, you already know. Remember Spencer Brown? Spencer Brown had a RAS score of 10.
Yeah.
Athletic right tackle, and look what he's done right now. He's one of the best right tackles in the game. RAS score for TJ Sanders, he's number 2. He drafted already with our 31st pick, 9.38 in the RAS score out of 10. This ranks 127 out of 2,000 defensive tackles since 1987. Boy's athletic, man.
Yeah.
He's athletic. Listen, people say they don't like that he's light and stuff like that. Listen, at the end of the day,
we're going to beef him up.
We need to be disruptive.
Yeah, exactly.
We need our defensive tackles to be disruptive. That's what we've been asking of Ed Oliver. I need him to be more disruptive.
Exactly.
Well, now you have somebody that can kind of hold up against the run and be disruptive alongside my man Ed Oliver. So I'm actually pretty pleased with that 9.38 score. Listen, your RAS score means something. At least for me, it means a lot. I got an athletic DT that can get after it. And from what I was reading earlier, and I wrote it down when we had a visit with him, they see him as power and pressure. Bro, push that pocket.
That's exactly what you need right there. Exactly.
Push that pocket and
power
create
and pressure. Yeah.
And then move him into Greg Rousseau's arms or Joey Bosa's arms.
Yeah.
Shoot, good luck. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Telling you, man.
Tag me with it, man. I like that. How does the chat feel about it? Chat, thumbs up or thumbs down?
The chats are kind of mixed, though.
Sanders.
They're
TJ Sanders, talk to me.
Yeah, Mike Smith. Okay, all right. Let's stop it. Let's stop it now.
What's that?
He's not that guy, pa. I don't know. Mike.
Who did the Cowboys have? Has Cowboys drafted yet? Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, okay. They got Collins.
Oh,
they got
the good one.
They got Collins.
Yeah.
He said they got the good one.
Yeah, they got the good one. Okay, cool.
You mean the San Fran got Collins?
No. He's talking about just now Alfred.
No.
Alfred Collins went to San Fran.
Sorry. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, did he?
San Fran.
Yeah, he went to San Fran, bro. That's nasty work for those boys.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Let me show you more about my man TJ Sanders, just so you guys have an idea of what you're working with. All right, TJ Sanders right here, boy. And move out the way.
Cowboys should take.
Move out the way. Sit your ass down. Move out the way. We got some pressure and power. Get low. Get leverage. All right, I like it.
It's like okay. Now,
kind of
I'm
mess with
reading
it.
the chat right here, and it's kind of mixed reactions. But for those that actually don't like, the pick or saying that he's too small, what were we actually wanting at DT? Like a run stuffing guy that doesn't move, that's just there to get the double teams. Which again, I mean, there's a place for that. But
first of all,
were you just wanting a big guy? I don't get it.
We ranked middle. See, I think people are being skewed by a couple things. Because Bean was talking about we need a big boy to stuff it because we already have a 3 tech in Ed Oliver. We paid him, so we need a big boy. He also very much told you, I want one that can penetrate and get the pass rush going. So this was their move. Don't forget, Tyreek Williams was supposed to be the pick they were supposed to grab in the first place before Hairston. So the fact that they got their second tier guy, why not? They moved up for him. TJ Sanders is still first-round talent.
We got ran over last year, but did we? I don't agree with that.
We didn't.
I don't agree with that, man.
No, me neither. I don't agree with that either. We were middle of the pack in defending the run.
We had a couple running backs who got huge gains. Not huge. Not every single play was a gash up the middle. Was a gash.
True. We didn't get killed like that.
A couple of guys got huge gains that ruined the numbers, right? But we weren't a bad running defense.
No, we were not.
We weren't bad.
Soft.
And on top of that, our offense puts up points.
No, what are you guys talking about? Come on, man. I can't sit here for all the homework.
Where were we ranked though?
So
on run defense.
Here's what it is. You don't really need it as much. This is the angle to take if you want to placate.
I mean, Derrick Henry is still trying to get yards on us.
You want to placate?
What are you talking about? You were solid.
You don't. Doesn't matter at the end of the day because your offense puts too much pressure on the other teams, and they can't run the ball consistently. So
that's
what right. And then the other thing is you last year you really ground out your running game. So you're shortening games, you're scoring at an incredibly high efficiency, and it's almost impossible other than unless, as Pierre said, to his point, someone nails you early, tags you early with a big run. So it's not that you were good against the run. Teams just have to abandon the run because of the offense. So it doesn't really matter, right? At the end of the day, Pierre's trying to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, big man, you need a closer. So at the end of the day, when you have these high-scoring games and it's a back and forth and you're playing that, he wants the guy that can team up with Oliver and close the game out. And with the inside pressure, hopefully Group takes another step. I don't know who's playing, who you guys have. Oh, you have Bosa. He'll be good for 4 games. And then, but that's the vision, right? So the people in the chat that are worried about the run defense, don't worry about it. You're going to score 30 points a game. No one's going to be able to have a consistent run game against you anyways. It's just not in the game script. And because even when you're not just running the ball, you have Allen kind of running the ball, and it's just first down. You have the ball all game. So don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You're still going to win 12, 13 games, and no one will care about the run defense if TJ Sanders gets a big sack against Joe Burrow in the fourth quarter of the playoffs. Something like that.
At the end of the day, you're right, because we're going to be lighting up the skies, and we'll just pin our ears back and go after it.
Good point, Kev.
But I still think that we weren't as bad as people want to make it seem in defending the run.
We had horrible, but
I don't know what these Colts are going to do, but we'll see. So, chat, talk to me. Thumbs up or thumbs down for the last pick, TJ Sanders. Let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
That's a good pick.
Hit the like button. Hit the like button if you were.
Hit that like button. Okay. You know what? Yeah, hit that like button, Pierre. That's why I got Pierre's in the.
There goes JT right there, Kev.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
Yeah, it's another type, right? They like the big ends too.
All right, watch him real quick, Rico.
He's nice. This guy. Good hands.
A big fan of this dude, man.
I'll never forget when Pierre called undrafted linebacker that came out, and he said, "Yo, this guy's gonna be nice." What was that? What was that boy's name?
Ivan Pace Jr.
Ivan Pace.
I said that he was going to be the number 1 linebacker in the draft.
You said it. You said it.
Undrafted. And the kid was unbelievable.
I think
he's nice like that, huh? Ooh.
My biggest call was telling Rico one year, if you remember,
what's that?
Saying Matt Milano. I told you.
You did. Oh, you did. You're like, that's a good guy. Boston College, nice.
I remember that.
Convert. And I was like, watch Matt Milano. That was one of my best draft hits ever.
For sure.
Yeah, I really liked him coming out.
Good call.
As a safety too.
Yeah. What do you got?
Ladies and gentlemen, I see you guys are putting a thumbs up in the chat. While you do your thumbs up in the chat, hit that like button. Let's get these algorithms up. Let's get this thing cracking. And we got it, man. So see, my man, I guess my man Bartek's like, I like it, but I don't. He's unsure, and I get it. Wait till you start seeing him do some stuff on the field, and you can be like, all right, bet. We like what we see. And let's not forget, McDermott is the king of rotating his defensive linemen. So you're going to see a good dose of Daquan. You got TJ Sanders, Ed Oliver, and you got your boy,
Ojanobi.
You got Dwayne Carter.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So we
I forgot about those suspended guys you guys drafted.
Mac Hoyt or
Larry Gujobi right? That's gonna be a great rotation. So we already have that run stuffing guy, if you will, in Larry Ugojobi.
Now Kevin made a point though. It's as far as the the McDermott MO, we rarely, I'm gonna treat him like now.
That's funny.
We have a type when you're talking about defensive linemen. Even going back to Carolina, McDermott, he likes a certain type.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So TJ fits that bill for sure.
I kind of agree with that. He does have a certain type, an ability to still defend the run, but I mean, I need you to push that pocket because how many times the one game that stands out to me so much is the playoff game against the Bengals. Joe Burrow had all the time in the world. There was absolutely no pressure up the middle, from the side, nowhere. So, I mean, gone are those days now because you got pressure coming from both sides. And I mean, listen, we don't know what Bosa is going to give us. We know what he's capable of, and if he does what he's supposed to do, that's a high-end pick right there. That's a high-end player on your squad. You got Greg Rousseau that's going to be trying to do what he's got to do. So I mean, listen, man, I think as much as get us a run stuffing DT, nah, bro, we need to push that pocket, pressure, power, disrupt it, get that quarterback off the block, send them to the dogs. Well, I like it. That's the way I like it. I like it that way.
I got 2 questions.
Yeah, what's up?
What's in Pierre's cup? That's the first one. I don't think I didn't see that tumbler.
You know I'm always sipping on something, Kev. You know I'm always sipping on something, man. You know, I gotta have my little a little drink in here. You know,
Little drink.
You know, a little buzz.
Where did the rest of Pierre go? Who is this Slim Jim in front of me?
Hey,
right
man.
now?
Hey.
How much
I'm
you
in the gym
got?
now. I'm trying to be like you now. I lost about 20 pounds, man.
Oh, I can.
Yes,
see
What'd
sir.
you do?
Yes,
What'd you do,
sir.
man? What'd you do?
It's straight working, man. Working.
Yeah.
Eating's the most.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but I actually I bought a gym in the garage, right? So that's it's money, man.
How often you doing it? Every day or every other day?
Every day, man.
Every day.
I try to do something every day, right?
Like
and
what, 40 minutes, 45
it's no
minutes?
convenience. I mean, you can always, like dibble and dabble all day because it's there, right? So that's one of the main reasons why I'm a fan of it. I mean, I got the Peloton, the treadmill. So I mean, I'm trying to do something, man.
No,
That Peloton's the real deal. I hear good things about it.
Yes, sir.
I see.
The Rams pick is in. Apparently, they wanted Milroe, allegedly. But if Shador's still here, could they grab Shador?
He would be a better fit for the
Abby
Rams.
was just saying, so Rams take Shador, huh?
I could totally see that.
Oh, if the Rams take Shador and have him
Abby, though, I'm not going to take credit for that.
Yeah,
but I just know that the Rams were interested in Milroe.
No, this might be the best spot for him, though.
Right here,
really looking at
maybe Kyle Williams.
Listen, too crispy. I'm with you, Savion Williams. Savion, you send Savion to the Bills. I like that. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. We'll see how that plays out, man. What's Jim Edwards saying? I think Jim had a comment. Let me scroll up and see what Jim. He said Mac was cool, but he got a good contract. He deserved it. Yeah, man. Listen, get your money. Get your money. Get your money where you can get your money. That's the way I look at it.
All right. Let's see what we got. Sean Okay, hold on.
Rico got his cheerleading costume on with the with the pom poms. We'll see. Yo, by the way, chat, how you guys feel about the new setup now? I had to kind of put a couple things together.
I like it.
Pierre, you liking it?
Yeah.
You feeling it? Okay, I have him on the corner a little bit. I got my guy Kobe.
I like it. I like the Kobe there.
I like it.
Terrence Ferguson.
Ferguson.
Huh.
Yo, Shador might not get drafted at this point.
Bro, this is effed up. All right, hold on. Let me see who
Abby. It's your fault, Abby.
Yeah,
well,
Abby you jinxed it, Abby. You jinxed it.
Okay, Las Vegas comes up in 2 picks. I would.
Oh, that could. Right? Listen, I'm not gonna jump conclusions here. So
Seattle, I guess they're sold on Darnold for now, but
you got the order,
bro. I'm looking at it. Yeah, if Las Vegas doesn't take him, man,
it's a drop.
Cincy's not, Denver's not, Tennessee's not, Tampa not, Green Bay no, Chargers no, Chicago no. Carolina, no. Houston, no. Baltimore, no. Detroit, no. Washington, no. Bro, if he doesn't go to the Raiders, he's not going for another 20 picks. He's like,
golly.
Unless someone trades up,
Bro, listen, let me tell you. This is certainly not about the skill. It's not about the skill. It's not.
Well,
it's also about if the team isn't needy of it. Listen, if I know he's going to be available and they're blackballing him, I'm using it to my advantage. Bro, if they're not messing with him, let me just try to sneak in a good player here and then I can get him back again. But this is
Ottawa's
nuts.
looking for a QB in the CFL.
You better stop. You better stop that nonsense. You better stop that. Oh boy, oh boy.
Pat Pete.
Look.
Pat P. He was a player, man.
He was
Yeah, he was nice.
Will Johnson. Nice.
My man Lowe says I'm not feeling
solid.
That's a valid one.
Top 5 player in the draft.
Interesting. Second round to the Cardinals. So who's covering over there in Arizona?
See that one where I don't know if you guys, I'm on the NFL Network. I don't know if you guys, but he like reads a screen pass and picked it off to the house. Like he beat the ball to the screen.
No, I saw that. That was nasty.
He's so good, man. Glad though that we traded all our picks for a guard.
So how bad are his knees?
It's from what I've been told, it's a degenerative condition. So it's like a Jay Ajayi kind of thing where he's got maybe like, they don't know if he'll survive a second contract kind of deal.
Damn.
But look at him, like Jesus.
It's just a whole bunch of like knee injuries in college or what?
No, it's just like his knee.
It's just what it is.
Some genetic thing. So he's got it's nonstop. He reads everything and picks it up.
Yeah, he's nice, man. Golly.
So I would have taken him at 13, like in the first round, had they drafted him.
I mean, shit, if you can get like six years out of him,
well, that's what I'm saying.
That's a good contract. That's good for him too. I mean,
how long was Trey White here the first time? 6 years, maybe?
6 years.
5 plus a year?
Yeah.
You guys wouldn't take that again? You wouldn't take that again? You know what I mean? I'd take that again with Xavier Howard in a heartbeat.
It's that second contract, though. That second contract is where you're like, you're unsure about.
You got to pay anyways, right? So, man, Yo,
good for the Cardinals. That fell right to them. Right to them.
All right, so the Texans just traded. They traded up. So
well, they're not trading for Shador. So did anyone get crowned quicker?
The Raiders have to take it.
But wait a minute. The Raiders, no. The Texans just traded up with the Raiders.
With the Raiders, yeah. So Shador's not going.
So he's shall see.
Which is fine, but they have to draft him. Tom Brady was his mentor. And you got a part of owner of this, like, dude, you got to draft your guy. Dion's like, yo, you drafted my son or what?
That is right.
It just makes sense. It has to be.
I forgot about that.
It has to be.
Well, the Raiders are only moved down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
10 spots?
They pick in 10 picks. Yeah.
Yeah. And what did they pick up? I didn't see what they picked up there.
I didn't either, to be honest, but it's nuts that he's still like this. But you know what's funny is like every year you see these quarterbacks and all the draft guys give him these draft grades, right? Like, well, he's like, I got him top the second, or I got him as a 3rd round grade. And they always go like way higher than they should because quarterbacks at premium. So for once, this guy's getting drafted where he should be.
3rd round.
We're losing our mind.
Yeah. Listen, man, I mean, everything happens for a reason at the end of the day. I mean, I always see that. I mean, I believe in that. So it is what it is. It was supposed to happen exactly how the hell it is happening. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yo, P-Money, how's wifey, man? Wifey's good?
Everyone's good, man.
Yeah, everyone's chilling?
Everyone's good. Healthy. We just came back from Tampa, which was.
Oh, yeah. You went to Florida.
Yeah, man. Went to Clearwater, for a week.
How was it?
It was nice out there, man.
It was?
I mean, packed. Spring break, that's always, it's hit or miss, right? You have fun, but everyone's trying to have fun.
Yeah, I know that. 1 second.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man. I mean, it was good. It was good. I mean, I can't really complain too much. But
it's so funny. So yesterday when I was doing the draft, right? And remember when you guys saw me leave for a little bit, and I left for a good like 2-3 minutes. So the eldest had her friends over. They're hanging out, and she did something she wasn't supposed to do with her friends. She didn't take control. So the friends got a little too wild, and they opened the window, and they're just doing stuff out the window that was supposed to be almost on the top of the roof. So then I get a call from wifey, and wifey's like, "Did you see what your daughter did?" I was like, "No," and she's like, "I tried to stop my friends," and I said, "You to quit. Phone's gone. You ain't got no phone. And I was thinking of like, so what do I punish? What's going to be her consequence? So I told her, I was like, listen, fam. I was like, when you get back from school, phone comes to me. That's number one. Number two, you're going to clean this living room, kitchen, all the way through. And you see those 3 novels you have upstairs? You're going to read those novels and you're going to write a book report for me on a Friday. You know what I mean? Back in the day, I would have just got my ass whooped, and that's what it would be. We don't do that these days now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So now you're going to read.
I mean, CPS is coming.
You see that? Oh, yeah,
we're
you
pretty much
read.
neighbors at this point. Yeah.
I mean, I would have took that punishment all day, every day. But she's like, what? I have to read? Yeah, not one book, not 2, not 3. You're reading all 3 of these books tonight. Tomorrow, tell me all about it.
Hey, man.
Golly, these kiddos, man. These kiddos. Anyway, it is what it is when you're a parent, man. They get these older, they get through these stages. They could be worse. These little tiny things, it's not a big deal, but it's just funny that like I see her cleaning up right now. Can't do what she's got to do. Love it. Gotta love it.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
So for those that are asking about Z-Bot, where's Z-Bot at? He hit us up and was like, fellas, I'll be on a little bit. I caught a bit of the stomach bug or whatever the case is. I know how those things are, man. Either you stuck on the toilet and you're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Or you can muster it, but he probably is watching right now saying, you know what, this whole team, they got it. They got it.
It'll hit.
They get to go.
Those stomach bugs, man, it'll hit at any second.
Oh, yeah.
At any second.
Rico, she gonna use ChatGPT. She ain't got no phone to use ChatGPT. The phone is gone. She's gonna do it the natural way. Get that book in. You're gonna read it. Tell me who the main characters were. What's the plot? What's happening? Let's go. Trey Amos. Who's going next? Who's going up? Is it Trey? Texas are picking right now.
They'll take the tackle probably. the Minnesota guy, I think.
All right, here we go. Owen Daniels, solid player too.
How old's that dude look? Urseries, any of his names that he's going? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. I knew that. He's the last like good starting tackle left.
Ariante Ursery.
Yeah, last good starting tackle left.
Ooh, 6'6", 330.
Ish.
That is a big man. Holy jumpins. Holy jumpers, man.
He about taking it to her? Yeah.
Well, maybe the Dolphins trade back up. What do you think, Kev?
I don't think we have enough picks. I don't know.
You might have to dip in. You might have to dip into the bank next year.
Why not? Greer won't be here. What's he think?
He said, "Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Jump
Greer
in there."
might as well trade all of next year's picks. You know, he's not spending them. So
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, man.
By the way, shout out to everybody tuned in right now. We got over 2,200 people watching from Twitter and on the good old YouTube. We got 569 on YouTube and another 1,800 of you guys on Twitter. So shout out to you guys.
All right, so real quick, you know, Sarah's been complaining a little bit, and
who's that?
Let me address Sarah real quick. So apparently she's mad because she feels that you know, we probably should have went offense, you know, with that pick. It says here that the Bills they assume that offensive players will overperform. You know, Gabe better just step up as a solid wide receiver 2. You know, Keon better step, blah, blah, blah. All right, Sarah, I mean, I understand it. You know, you don't want to pull an Aaron Rodgers with the Packers and not, you know, go offense for, you know, his whole career pretty much. But I'm trying to remind you something just real quick. The Bills had the #1 offense last year, right? So it's not like, you know, our offense is in need for a guy. Yes, of course, we can have a guy who can, you know, help us, you know, do even better, but we did have the #1 offense in football. So, you know, let's calm it down just a little bit. I mean, I understand it, but there's no need to get, you know, upset by the fact. And we still have 7 more picks. So I'm sure we're going to address it at some point.
And here's another thing too. Like where do you need to add so much on this offense? And who is it that you want to add to this offense so much? I mean, you don't need a running back. You don't need linemen. You certainly don't need a quarterback. You don't need a tight end, at least in my opinion. And your receivers, Amari Cooper didn't really do a whole lot, so you're not really missing anything with Amari Cooper. And people are saying if you're going to bag on Curtis Samuel, people are saying, oh, Curtis Samuel's starting to come along.
Yeah.
So there's really where is it that we need to add that much? At this point, for me, in my opinion, the next player that we're picking, if it happens to be an offensive player, that's just a luxury. It's just an added piece to this team. It's not like we have a need. I think we fulfilled that need last year. And I think Keon Coleman made it very clear. He's like, yo, I was cooking. I had a couple games where I was getting going, then I got hurt, and then things didn't materialize the way I wanted to, and I got to be better. I think he's going to learn from last season. I think he's going to be great. So, like, you have a good nucleus. Josh Palmer, I think he's going to be solid. I think Josh Palmer is going to be great this year. That's at least what I thought. Keon Coleman's going to step up and be a better player the second year. You got to. And you got Khalil Shakir. You just paid for that, brother, man. Like, what more do you want? There's not a whole lot of teams that got a good nucleus of receivers like that, unless you're the Bengals. But the Bengals that's a different squad. Miami Dolphins got Tyreek. I mean, if he's still going to be on the squad, and Jalen Waddle. Who's your other guy? That you guys like on that offense, offensively for receiver wise?
Receiver, they just signed the Tennessee guy, Westbrook Akine.
I'm not over the moon on it. So
you can't be talking about Keon Coleman and fucking Josh Palmer and then go to the guy that had 9 touchdowns.
I'm more excited about those guys than I am Joshua Akine. I'm sorry. You don't do it for me. You know what I mean?
For longest touchdown in the NFL last year. He had like 8 touchdowns. But we like him too because he's a really good blocker. And that's the thing too. Like the only thing I would like on your team if I was a Bills fan, he doesn't have to be a huge contributor. It's just get someone with speed. Because the quick guys, like I know Samuel's supposed to be fast, but he can't get downfield, right? He's a gadget guy. He's a slot guy. He uses his speed after the catch. Coleman's slow. Palmer's not very fast. So like then, and again, this doesn't mean they're not good. It just means that it would be a nice added thing. So if I were you, if I do go wide receiver, I would like a fast guy because it doesn't matter even if you throw him the ball.
I agree.
They have to cover him. They have to cover him because they know Allen can hit him, right?
Yep.
And we talked about it last night. Allen seems to have a better deep ball connection with the speedy guys. I don't know why, but he just times it better. The Browns and who's the other guy that you had the one year you were talking about? The Alabama kid had one good year with you guys. Foster, he's very fast, right? Yep. He seems to connect with those guys really well. And then you have to respect it, right? You just want the safeties to back up a bit. That's all. And again, it's like you said, Pierre, it's not necessary. It's not like a need. It's a luxury, as Rico said. But that would be the style of receiver I would go for. Give me someone fast, even at like you totally picked Thornton Jr. in his mock. He's not a good player, but he's otherworldly tools, right? He's what was his Martavius Bryant is who he reminds me of.
Yeah.
Super big, super fast, linear, straight line guy. And maybe he never turns out to be a good guy, but you got a 6'5" guy that runs 4.3 or whatever on the outside. Now you have to devote coverage to him. The safeties have to back up because you have to respect Allen's arm. And what that does is it gives more room for Kincaid and Shakir to work over across the middle. It gives more room for the running backs to come up. I don't know what's going to happen with Cook, but even if you do get rid of him, what's his name there? It's Ray Davis. He's going to be really good. So you want to give those guys more space. If you grab another like a Savion Williams, do you need a third gadget guy? What are you going to do? Throw him the screens? I'd rather throw Shakir the screens, right?
I'm with you.
You're going to hand off the ball. You can hand off the ball to what's his name we were just talking about there, the Carolina kid receiver there. Just give him the ball. He's got 4.3 speed, right? So what do you need a Savion Williams for? Shakir's your screen guy. What's his name? Why can't I think of his name? Who talking about? Carolina kid. You just signed him last year. Who? Wide receiver?
On our team?
Yeah, Samuel.
Curtis Samuel. Okay.
Samuel's the guy you can hand the ball off to. Shakir's the guy you want to give the screens to because he's unbelievable after the catch. Savion Williams, he's the same type skill set. Get someone who's a burner on the outside. Even if he catches 30 balls a year, who cares? His biggest impact will be just loosening up the safeties because you have to respect Josh Allen. Man, that's what I do.
I agree. I agree.
Sarah mentioned earlier, it's like when we start struggling and we can't put points on the board, I'll be laughing. I can't remember how many games that we were struggling offensively. We never struggled to put points up on the board. It's just that we were spreading the ball around. We didn't have like a superstar. I don't know. I think sometimes, and I'm guilty for it too. We get spoiled. We get spoiled, man. And we want more. We want more. We get greedy.
Highlights. This is my boy from the U.
Elijah
Arroyo. This is
Arroyo.
He's a big boy. How tall is he?
What, 6'5", I think he said?
Yeah, he's almost 6'6".
These tight ends are getting bigger and athletic, man. You can't mess around with these guys. Gone are the days of the Chandlers of the world, of the Robert Royales of the day of the worlds, man.
Right? It's these big boys who can run.
It's crazy. You're not gonna get no Jay Beamers, man.
That was nice.
I was at a Miami U game this year. I was on my birthday. I was there, and he caught like a 70-yard touchdown. Yeah, it was like a 30-yard pass, and the last 40 yards, he just pulled away from the defense.
Keep that up there.
Oh, Carolina's trading up.
So, that should be a nice one. So, yes, I do remember when we were kind of trying to get our way, but let's not forget. Josh Allen was trying to still find himself on like not turning the ball over, not taking the risks and all of those things. So that is one factor too. And he was still how many new weapons was he throwing to? He ain't got no digs. Don't forget, we have to keep that in mind as well. He didn't have the digs where he can just blink and those things were happening, right? You got a second-year player in what do you call in their tight end Kincaid, that you know what I mean? So a lot of things had to kind of materialize. So I get what you're saying. Don't get me wrong, Chris, Sarah. I'm not trying to dismiss what you're saying. There were some moments we were frustrated. We're like, yo, what the fuck? And then we got it together.
Like Sarah has a point.
She does. I mean, she does. A valid point.
I wouldn't be as mad as what Sarah is, or disappointed, because I think her main thing was that we gave up the 4th round pick. Well, we had 2 4th round picks, right? But who knows? Oh, there he is.
Gone finally.
Yeah.
So is that what the problem was? He's just in between. They don't know what to do with him. He's like a Jerry Hughes size. I mean, that's a good pickup for them. So is that 2 defensive players they picked up? Because they picked up a big time player earlier, right? The Panthers.
Yeah.
Who did they pick up? I'm trying to think of who they picked up.
For the first round? Oh no, they got the wide receiver in the first round.
Who did they get?
They got Ted McMillan.
Big one. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. McMillan.
Yeah.
Good call.
So I mean, Derek Brown, Clowney, Horn.
Frankie Louvu.
They had to do a lot.
Yeah.
They had to do a lot. Let's be real. The Panthers just say, listen, just pick whoever at this point. Right? We need to fill a ton of needs.
When you're a team that you're a mess everywhere, like where do you begin? Where do you start? I mean, if you don't have a quarterback, like where do you go? Build through the offense? Do you build on defense first? Like, oh boy.
Just pick good players.
Pick good players, I guess. I guess that's what it comes down to.
Good players, you're going to be a good team, right? That's how it works. So
we got a super chat. Oh, my bad, Pierre.
Are you good?
Super chat. Who's that? Gary Gottschalk?
What up, Gary?
Gary comes in and says, "Yo, I think he's saying I think this is a beat KC draft. Rush Patrick, Trail Worthy, and I think they continue to add defensive pieces to the chessboard. I think the next piece are coverage linebacker and rangy safety. Linebacker, I just think. Do you think linebacker is
I don't necessarily think. I get the coverage linebacker part of it, right? Because Dorian, I don't think necessarily Dorian was, like great in that spot. I mean, we still have Milano for one more year. Bernard was pretty good, but as far as the, this beating or this being a beat the
hell does that mean? Juicy
draft. Rush Patrick and Trail Worthy. I mean, I can respect that, right? Because that's pretty much what what it is. We got a guy who's fast enough to stay with Worthy, even though Worthy wasn't a guy that was killing us, right? It's like we're not afraid of Worthy. Worthy wasn't that guy to be like, oh,
watch out for that guy,
right? So let's calm it down a little bit when it comes down to Worthy. But I do understand that for sure.
And now, if you're gonna make a point with this third round draft pick that we pick up, you're either looking at safety for speed, or I mean, receiver makes sense. Where would you go? Would you go back to the defensive front?
Who, me?
Dude, we got 8
Listen,
picks to go.
I want to go
7 picks
safety,
like,
man. I really think that, yes, the reports are that they still like Bishop. They're riding with Rapp, so Rapp is going to be rapping Bishop. But I'm not sold on that pairing. I'm just not sold. Like Bishop, he hasn't shown enough for me to be like, okay, we might have something here. Like, there wasn't really that many flashes for me to really, feel comfortable with that pick. So, I would go safety, man, right here.
Safety wouldn't be a bad mood. I'm not mad at it now. And there's still some good quality safeties, man. You might even get your guy.
I know. I hope so. I hope so.
That makes the calculations a little muddy.
There's only 2 taken.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, man. That's crazy.
You're right.
What a Baltimore pick to get Starks, eh? Didn't I call
Xavier
that?
Watts would be such a value pick.
What? Yeah.
What a value pick that would be if we were to jump in and get Xavier Watts.
Well,
That'd be crazy.
that's your new Micah Hyde, right?
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Kev, it's you and I for now until Pierre comes back.
How cool is that shot though? With just he's got the earphones just hung up there. He's got all the Bills.
That big guy?
Arrow. Yeah.
You like that? I'm trying to. Usually we'd have something going there. I kind of like this here, where you have the 3 of us close up, and we go from there. And then what I'll do is, mess around with it just a little bit, get it cracking. So yeah, that's where we're at right now, Kev. There's a lot for us to do, and we'll continue to see how this all shakes out for these Buffalo Bills. You feel I think you're over it now. I don't think you're as deflated as you once were at one point, but I think we'll get there at one point. We'll get there at one point, Kev. He's like, I'm at a loss for words. I don't blame you.
The whole draft, I was hoping they would trade down or whatever. Just they need more picks. They need more players, right? The roster they had got pretty good. We almost won the division, but you guys won on a couple of fucking unbelievable plays. Touchdown off a guy's helmet. Punt return where our coverage guy breaks his leg with no one touching him. Just running in a straight line. His leg broke. But, so we got – you guys are a better team. I'm just saying, like, we were close, But obviously it was that ceiling. I can see it. You can see it now. It was too old, too injury prone. They have to reset, right? And they needed all the picks they can get. And when you traded away your 3rd round pick just to get a guard who was probably going to be there anyways, it was like, well, as well you were gone. He wanted to pick.
Man said you can't be. He's pretty much calling you up, like, bro.
I like
you being sad.
Yeah,
you got Kenneth Grant, bro.
Remember, I came on the other night.
Leave us alone.
Last night, I was like, I'm not going to flip out tonight.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
We got our flip out though. I'm happy about that.
It was more
so
just
if you're looking at Kev, if you're looking at your roster right now, the Dolphins, would you say you're another year away from really competing, or multiple years?
Well, what do you mean, like competing for what? For
to try to take the division, like be competing for the division. Because I'll tell you right now, the freaking Patriots are building to try to take that division. At least you can see their intent.
If everything goes right, which all that means is if Tua doesn't get hurt. If Tua doesn't get hurt, they have a really good chance of winning like 10 games, coming in second to you guys, and maybe beating like a wild card team. Like I would have felt really confident if we had to go into like Houston or if we had to play the Chargers or something like that. But no, our last playoff appearance, we go to Kansas City for the coldest game in NFL playoff history. So cold, there's people in the crowd that had to get their fingers amputated after the game. That's what
was that bad.
Wow.
And then
not bad.
And then the year before we got we played you guys with the backup QB. You know what I mean? Like
Skylar Thompson, I remember.
That was a 34-31.
I know.
When he scored, I was like, could we do it?
That was still wild to me, still to this day.
Yeah.
Simeon Rice.
I love
Let's go.
Colin Rice, man.
My God,
I
he
used to
was
trade
a
for
baller.
him in Madden every year. You know what I mean? Because he's so nice. Benjamin Morrison. So he's good,
Well, that's a good pick for them
man.
because they were supposed to.
Benjamin
I've
Morrison.
seen
Nice.
Yeah,
I've seen,
almost all press. It would have
Janae
been
Barron.
terrible. Yeah, terrible for you guys, but it would have been like because he's all press man. But yeah, it's interesting with their system. It's a good fit. He plays a lot of press man. He's very physical.
Yeah, he is.
He gets a good read on the ball. I think he can be had a bit if you can beat him with a good release package. And he got hurt at the end of the year, so I'm not sure if he starts the season.
Yo,
but
this guy's banged up coming into this draft, man.
Look at that, the crowd in Green Bay.
100,000 people in there.
When are we going? I'd love to go. We should have
Would
went.
that be fun? That would be fun.
We should have went to the Vegas one. That was the one to go to. If we could,
yeah, for sure.
Pierre away from the craps tables. You know what I mean? Like,
I would have stayed there for sure. But I mean, the fact that the Packers got a draft, like, when's Buffalo going to get one? I mean, it makes sense at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah,
have one over there.
It'd be a good one for Buffalo. That would be great for the city,
right? So, but yeah, man, I would love to go to a draft this one year.
This would have been cool because I've never been to Green Bay. You know what I mean? It's
sure.
just like one of those stadiums that you want to see once in your life, or like one of those, you know, because it's like hallowed ground. I'd love to go to Chicago too, but
Mike says, I was looking forward to those two second round picks, but now there's only one. And here's another undersized defensive tackle. Why can't Bean ever just sit tight and draft? Well, he did. He sat there and took 30. I mean, shoot, everybody was like, trade up, trade down.
Listen, we had 10 picks. There was no way we were going to draft 10 players. Like, you know, you're going to have to will and deal at some point. So
yeah, they're not making the team. Team's
exactly. Yeah.
But
Rico, is that a new Bills hat? No, it's the newest, but it's not a new one. I've had this one. Listen, I saw this one. I was like, went to the store. I was like, I need a black Bills hat, man. I don't have a black generic Bills hat. And I saw this one. I was like, what? All right. Lids has been a piss off for me the last the last 2 to 3 years. They've been way better. Before that, you could barely find any Bills gear.
For sure.
It was awful. I was like, y'all need to be better, man. These Bills are on the come up. You guys don't know. Get it together. Shit.
Not a lot.
Jordy Nelson.
Oh, that was another. I remember watching him at the combine, and I said, "This guy's going to be really good." He could track the ball really well over his shoulder. Shocking how many of these NFL guys can't do that well.
You talking about Nelson?
Jordan Nelson, yeah. It's deceptively fast. Yeah, sneaky.
Sure he is.
Yeah. Great route technician, though.
So,
for sure.
Kevin, you would have loved this. The other day, we were doing a mock draft, and Bot was like, "What about John Besh?" I was like, "John Besh? What is he, white?" He goes, "I'm not sure." I was like, "Pretty sure he's white. What's his description say?" He starts reading up the description. It was to a T.
Yeah,
to a T. It was so great.
Yeah, deceptive.
So great.
Speed. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Extra coach in the field. Knows all the routes. You know, got tech craft.
It was like text.
Sneaky fast for sure.
Sneaky fast. Gym rat.
Oh yeah.
Excellent blocker. You know.
Oh yeah.
Plays beyond the whistle. Not afraid.
I'm
to
actually
go
gonna read
a coach's son.
Yeah. Limited explosive athleticism. Yeah. Not a true down the field burner. Yeah.
Right.
I remember they were seeing that about Jordy Nelson. They're like, deceptively fast. He ran a 4.39 or something. How are you deceiving people? It's a 4.39. Deceptively fast.
John Besh he's 16, runs a 4.61 40. All right. A tough, gritty player.
Oh, gritty. There.
Right. Tough, large portion of this game does revolve around what he can do as a blocker. Beck has started at wide receiver traits, carve out a role. I'm looking for the key words here. Heavily depend on his health, suffer major knee injuries, blah, blah, blah. So I want to go to the strengths. All right. Technical receiver with quick, clean breaks. What else they say? Reliable target, great body control. I mean, that's pretty much standard stuff for receivers. But it was just some of the stuff that they were bringing up. It was too great. High motor athlete as a receiver. High motor. You don't really ever hear that.
Yeah.
High motor receiver. What?
Knows how to
Linda,
find
I
the
appreciate
holes
you,
in the
Linda.
zone, you know what I mean? Knows he's a quarterback's best friend. Played quarterback in high school. His dad's a coach.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
I just made that up. I just assumed.
Love to see
All right,
it.
so two Crispies over here saying, Savion or Kyle Williams at 72.
Oh, my bad. I
Kyle Williams.
removed that off. But yeah, I see
Ty
two crispy.
Williams is who I'd take.
So,
Some people don't like that Savion pick though.
Nah. Melvin Gordon.
Did you get to did you read Gary's Pierre or no?
no, not yet. But as far as the question too, Crispy, I mean, like Kyle Williams is definitely a player that's intriguing. It might make
Harris.
Sarah a little bit happy, which I mean, I'm here for that. So I'll
Trey
probably
Harris.
say, Kyle Williams between those two.
Are you a big fan of Kyle Williams? You like that?
I mean, I won't say that I'm a big fan, but I mean, my guy is gone, so and I'm not really too high on a lot of other guys, but
I would be upset if
nice
you
route.
Kyle Williams.
Yeah,
Kyle Williams. If you got
You
Kyle
like
Williams, that would upset me. Yeah, I think he's really good.
got you.
I think he's like. I hate the comparison, but kind of like.
Yo, this is not good news for Quentin Williams.
Really?
Like really.
Quentin Johnson, excuse me.
Quentin Johnson.
Yeah,
it's fine. They need another because Mahonky's going to play in the middle there, and he's your slot guy. And then you need another wide because they lost Palmer, right?
Yeah.
You need a wide receiver to replace him. Quentin Johnson's your big fast guy on the outside. This guy is kind of a very physical, intermediate to short range guy. And then McConkey's your, technician in the high motor player in the middle.
I was not a fan of Quentin Johnson coming out of college.
I wasn't.
TCU, and not a fan of him now. Just doesn't do it for me whatsoever. What's Gary saying, bro?
All right, so Gary's saying I'm betting on more D picks. I think the Chiefs, beat the Chiefs is the theme. Remember that Worthy went for 100 plus and 6 catches,
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
Yep, yeah, solid. Yep, 1 TD as a rookie, no sore subject, but got to
neutralize.
Yeah,
I mean, I think this is where Maxwell Harrison comes in. Don't forget, Maxwell Harrison can play inside as well. Can play a little nickel. So if Worthy guys like Worthy go inside, bro, he's instinctual that you can play, and he can play some man. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Harrison brings to the table, bro. But I think your question was great.
Yeah,
does he start over Tre'Davious White? That's
White.
what it comes down to.
I mean, he's definitely going to give him it's going to be a battle. Sure of that.
Kev, where did you say the Raiders are picking 58?
Sorry?
The
Raiders
are picking up
are
58?
Yeah, 56. Yeah, they're 58.
Oh boy, this is going to be an interesting one. Let's see what we got here. I mean, Pierre, if you were to grade the Bills right now with their
It's
picks,
an A.
Harrison at 30,
Yeah,
and you got TJ Sanders
I'm
at the
saying
41.
it's an A, right? Because
And Chad, that goes for you. What would you guys grade this team thus far with those
I'll
two
probably
picks?
say, okay, all right. So I'll probably do this. It's probably an A minus, right? And it's the minus because again, I do agree with Kevin in regards to the Alfred Collins, right? Because if we would have got an Alfred Collins, then you kind of get a little bit of both. You get the run stop and the pass rush, somewhat combined. TJ, in my opinion, is a way better pass rusher inside, right? So, I mean, I'm more of a fan of that. But I think, we needed corner and we needed, interior. And we got them both, right? We didn't play around getting the old lineman or a wide receiver early, right? We knew what we needed and we attacked it. So, for that, it's an A minus for me.
Some folks are not so in the camp of the A minus because they're saying that it was not necessary for the Bills to trade up to get their guy in TJ Sanders. They could have sat still and away we go. Because right now, obviously Collins is gone. Did Ezra Rico get picked yet? I don't think any saw Ezra Rico get picked yet.
Yeah, he did.
Went to the
He did?
Cowboys.
Mike Green. Did Mike Green get picked yet? I don't think I saw him get picked yet.
He's not picked.
So Mike Green, Omar Lott, Landon Jackson's still there. Like, and the Bills traded up for. So some folks could be just as pissed and saying, come on, fam. Like, what are y'all doing? Man, you didn't need to do all that. But sometimes you just got to pick your guy because you think somebody else is going to grab your guy. It's just that simple. The pressure's on, man.
Listen, I've never hated on trade ups, right? It's like even going back to the Sammy Watkins trade, we already know like Doug Willie was getting killed for that, right?
Yep.
But I'm a fan of you. Listen, if you're sold on a guy, go and get your guy. Like, don't try to take the risk and hoping he falls to you. If you like him, you go get him, and that's what Bean has been doing.
By the way, this is the quarterback that got picked over Shador Sanders. Look at this. Look at this mess. Hey. That's the guy.
You
Yo, just take the sack, bro.
Can't
just
do him like that.
Just take the sack. Just take the sack. Just take the sack, for crying out loud.
I've
What
seen
is
a
that?
couple plays like that in the NFL. I saw one in a playoff game once against the Houston Texans. So
I don't remember anything like that. Sorry, bud. Don't know what you're talking about. Crazy, man.
And I'm right here with Zap. We pretty much just traded down,
yeah.
you know, what 10 picks. We got a 3rd round pick and we traded down just 10 picks. Are we really that mad?
Nah,
Let's be real for a second.
We all right. We good.
We're good, man.
We good.
We good on this side.
We good on this side, baby.
It's different when you guys have like a pretty complete roster.
Yeah.
Like we talked about earlier.
True.
More picks than we're going to make it.
Yeah.
So you know that. So you move up and you get your guys.
Yeah.
I'm for that. It's different when you're my team and you don't have enough picks and then you waste them on that. But you guys weren't, like we said, what's the difference? You're worried about, another guy who's going to play 20 snaps this year because he can't get ahead of the guys ahead of him. Like, go in. They obviously liked his particular skill set. They liked his ability to collapse the pocket. They wanted another interior rusher. Those aren't super common. So they're rolling the dice on his traits to see if him and Ed Oliver can kind of cook up some two-man stunts, little schemes and stuff like that. And see if they can get inside, because that's the easiest way to disrupt the best quarterbacks, especially like a Joe Burrow. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Who is this cat?
I don't know. I see him too with the.
Is he a wrestler?
Oh yeah, no, he's Seth Rollins. Yeah, he's Seth Rollins. He's a
wrestler.
So Kyle Brandt was telling him, he was like, "Yo, man, use up all the time."
Big boy tackle. Are you doing too much, bro?
Go ahead, do your thing, Seth. Do your thing.
Woo! 6'8".
Jeez.
That's a big boy. Day one starter, right tackle, right off the rip.
Solid.
That boy Spencer Brown, man.
Yo, the Bears are low-key having a solid draft, man.
Bro, haven't we said that about them before?
Right?
Because we said that about them last year, and they didn't look too good last year. But now they got a head coach that can really make some things happen. So
for sure,
that should be fun.
Having a solid.
He ain't no Penei Sewell, but I mean, you got yourself a right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
You got your tight end, your wide receiver, and your tackle.
Buddy,
they're going offense.
Oh, yeah,
offense.
Don't forget and they traded for the two guards there, and then they signed center and free agency. So they shored up the interior of the line, and now they, they've got an intermediate weapon now in the inside with the tight end for Williams. And like you said, the Luther Burden on the outside for Rome Dunze and DJ Moore. What a trio that will be. Like Luther Burden is going to get the third best corner. Like Burden against your third corner. It's pretty nice.
All right, so the Lions trade up again.
What are these Lions doing, man? What are these Lions doing?
Who'd they take last night?
They took freaking Tyleek Williams.
Yeah.
Hey, Perry, you see that new movie Sinners yet?
No. I mean, I want to see it in the theaters, man. So I'm gonna probably go this weekend.
Yeah, I went last week. This week.
You don't tell me nothing, but
Yeah.
I hear it's real
I'm not
good.
gonna say a word. Not gonna say a word.
Is this going to be Jack Sawyer or Tate Ratledge? Sawyer because he's the Ohio State, Captain Jack. He's such a Lions kind of guy.
He's a big time player.
And then or Tate Ratledge because he's a guard with a mullet, so the coach is going to love that guy.
The breakdown said it best. He said it best, and this is why I love the draft.
To be fair, 50% of the fan base wanted Rosen, so we don't have a clue how many of these players aren't going to turn out realistically.
Fact.
Yeah, that's
a fact, man.
This is all speculation. All speculation, bro.
As a fan, your job is, in my opinion, because I know Rico's different. As a fan of the team, your job is to try to sell yourself on why the player could actually be something.
Absolutely.
To hate on a pick, right? When you don't really know if it's going. I know. I'm talking to Kevin too. To hate on a pick when you don't really know how they're going to pan out is weird to me. I understand it, right? Because you wanted a player, or you're not really sure of the like Kevin does make a point as far as, okay, we didn't have the pick, so why would you trade up for it? I get it, fine.
Yeah.
But the actual player itself, it's extremely hard for me to hate on a player without knowing if he's going to be good or not, right? Then yes, like once he's in the league and he shows himself, then you can judge him, but in the draft, come on, it's hit or miss, man.
It is absolutely hit or miss. So
Unless it's James Cook and Rico, right?
Exactly. Yep. I'm talking to Rico too.
Oh, I told you, Tate Ratledge, the mullet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you called it.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, he's got the flow going.
That's a big guard, man. 6'6" guard. Holy jumpings. That's a big boy. Yo, Detroit's trying to overpower people in these trenches, boy. Golly. Yo,
so will
they're
the
gonna
Lions
run the
actually
F out of that ball, man. They're gonna run the F out of that ball. Holy.
You think the Lions will actually, digress without having Ben Johnson there to run that offense? Or you kind of think, their offense, they got enough skilled players to, withstand it? What do you guys think?
I mean, listen, some folks thought that we weren't going to be the great. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure how we felt. I'll talk about how I felt. I wasn't sure about when we got when Dable left, if we were going to be the same type of offense and if we were going to regress or not. So it's really tough to really tell.
It helps that Bob's been around for a long time.
All right, here come the Raiders, man. This better be the pick.
Yeah, no, I agree. Oh yeah, this better be the pick.
Yeah.
If it's not, bro, this is not good.
Not good. I'm actually hoping it's a pick, man, because I want him to go to Las Vegas.
Consider this a black ball. His energy tells me Shador Sanders. His energy tells me Shador Sanders.
It has to be Shador. It has to be Shador, man. Go and play for Tom Brady. Come on.
Who's this guy?
Boy, oh boy. We'll see how this plays out.
Oh, Steve Wisniewski. He was really good. Hall of Famer.
Shador's being blackballed. I don't care what anybody tells me.
Shador in the green room still? Is he going to come out?
Was he in the green room? No, I don't even think he was in the green room.
I think he was last night.
I thought he was at his own place. No?
Oh, yeah, with Dion, yeah. Bro, Jalen Milroe came to town.
Don't do it.
What a speech.
Jack
oh
back.
My gosh. They took the white receiver.
Good pick. I really like him, to be honest. I really like
640.
Yeah, I know, but he's
he's a blocking receiver.
But he's also really good at playing the ball in the air.
Is he?
Yeah. And he's the guy that
Third round we go.
Like he's the guy that's got the really cool story. Well, let me rephrase. That's awful. He's the guy that has the story where his brother is one of the guys that died in New Orleans in that the terrorist attack, and they found out, and he's kind of dedicated everything since then to his brother and stuff like that.
Oh, is that who he is?
Yeah, and then he went to the
story.
Went to the Senior Bowl, and he was a standout at the Senior Bowl. Seems like a really good dude, and it's pretty sad. His older brother was used to play ball too.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. All right, listen, we gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about this Sanders drop, bro. We gotta talk about it because this is straight up ridiculous. So he ain't going in the second round. So Pittsburgh doesn't pick until what, third or fourth?
Bro,
third.
I've got the order up here. So Baltimore's next. He's not taking him. Denver's not taking him. Washington's not taking him. Chicago's not taking him. Kansas City's not taking him. Sneaky, it won't happen. But a sneaky move would be Philly because they do weird shit like that sometimes. Remember, they had Carson Wentz when they took Hurts. Yeah. And then with the idea of flipping them, you know what I mean, later. But I doubt it. Giants just drafted Dart. Then it's KC again. Oh, Cleveland, maybe.
So look I'm actually predicting right here. I'm predicting that the Raiders are going to trade up now. They got the running back, they got the receiver. Now let's go ahead and trade up ahead of Cleveland in order to get them.
Yeah, because they're back to back. You see that, eh?
Yeah.
I don't see it. So it's round 3 is Giants, KC, Cleveland, Las Vegas.
Bro. Listen. Are they doing this to the poor guy? I think this is more of a guilty by association. Your dad did all the unconventional things on the field, right? He was himself. This guy came in, ran the 40, and said, "I'm out." That's all y'all needed to see was rerun the 40, keep my car running. I ain't staying. He was gone, right? It was prime time. You didn't call him Deion Sanders. You call him prime time. So a lot of those things probably rubbed the league the wrong way unless he was on your team. Then he goes to the TC. Then he goes to HBCU. Then he goes and his son and this, that, and the third. Bro, the only way you can hate on Deion right now is hating on him through his son. And the owners are like, we're going to get your ass.
Nah, Deion was loved. Like the whole, we love.
It's fake love. Fake love, man.
No, we love Deion. I love Deion. I remember he took the helicopter because he's playing World Series baseball, and then he took the chopper to go play for Dallas. That was amazing, right? Like there's always Bo, but like Deion was like the guy that was like had the longevity. He played the baseball, he was playing the football, he was playing wide receiver. You know what I mean? Like everyone loved Deion. I did. Like
tough.
He was the only guy that could kind of play pretty well against Jerry Rice. Like I honestly think it's just the way the league's going. There is some to do with like they probably think he's a little too cocky, but the league is going to Cam Ward's, Jackson Dart. You're looking for your next Josh Allen. And Sanders.
You think that's what it is? You think they're looking for the next Josh?
You know what, though? I think this right here
right?
is the best thing for Shador, right? Because now it went from we're hating on him to now we feel bad for him. Mm-hmm. Now there's many fans who are now going to be like, I actually want him to succeed at this point.
Oh, yeah. He's going to turn into a
exactly, right? So the narrative is about to switch, right? So this is probably the best thing for him.
But I feel like this is more of we're gonna humble this kid.
But
humble
why?
him.
Why?
Because they don't like you coming in as a college player. But this is their fault. You pay these guys nil money, the NIL. They come in already professionals. So how you gonna try to humble a kid, man? Bro,
you think all 32 teams got together and we're like, we don't like this guy.
Let's humble him.
Let's do a conspiracy and no one drafted.
In a way, I wouldn't say in some form or fashion. I mean, obviously there's teams that don't need a quarterback, so they're out. But for those that do need him, Tyler Shuck, give me a effing break. Give me a break.
Who took him?
Tyler
took
Shoop,
Shaq?
whatever his name is. Nah, bro. But I'll
Who
tell you
took
right
that
now,
guy?
Lanky says you're spitting facts, bro. Says
This
Kevin's
is-
spitting
yo.
facts. Sanders is the most accurate QB and true pocket passer, but it isn't too athletic and isn't mobile or an improviser.
Takes too many.
He actually
sounds.
is an improviser, though. I believe
He's a very much an improviser.
I think. Listen. I watched every Colorado game, and the one thing I noticed is that they struggled, protecting his ass. Right?
Mhm.
Their offensive line was horrible. They had no running game his entire time there. Right? So all the pressure was on him. Now, again, yes, he's super accurate, but he's a gamer. Like when the game is close and
he's
it's
clutch.
pressure time, he's clutch.
He's clutch,
He's clutch over and over and over again. The game's never too big for him.
bro.
Right.
They tried to do
The
that.
guy
with-
you could sub in the national championship game and throw a fourth quarter touchdown, right? That kind of guy. They would unseat Jalen Hurts and go on to set a bunch of records.
No,
So that's who you would draft again if he came out.
yeah, but I mean,
Jalen Hurts was a second round draft pick.
I'm talking about Tua.
Yeah, no, I know.
No.
I know.
So
but,
would you take Tua in the first round?
I mean, but I wouldn't say he's Tua though.
He is. You're right. He doesn't have
You
a
think
strong
so?
arm.
He
His arm's
processes.
weaker than Tua.
He processes like more of the
Lower
field than
than
Tua
Tua.
did. Like Tua was a one trick pony.
You think
can't
he's
do
Tua?
that.
Is that what people are saying?
But the difference is that Tua was able to is able to read it immediately and then he throws it. And when Brady does that, no one says, "Oh, we can only make one read." He just finds the guy quick and he hits him, right? The difference with like Tua would be in that if Tua could just run a bit faster and he could throw it a bit harder, he'd be outstanding. But
Bro,
unfortunately,
the guy played in a pro offense. He had pro style coaches giving him pro style offense in college. This guy would transition exceptionally well in the NFL.
I'm actually
think
eager to see him, play with a great O-line and a running game, just to kind of see,
shit, I'd like to see Tua with that too.
Right?
That ain't happening. So like,
I'm just curious with that, man.
yeah, I would be too. You know what I mean? But like, I think that's part of it. I think the circus part is part of it. I think the kind of like the brash attitude, I think it does turn some of the people off maybe. But I think the other thing too is just like, everyone wants the guy with the big arm that can move, right?
That's true.
Because free agency has ruined the offensive line. It's very hard to keep your full offensive line intact for years like you used to.
Yeah.
And then for a while, there was such a surplus of defensive edge talent over tackle talent that getting your line together is really hard. Keeping it together is really hard. It's rare these days. So you need a quarterback that can escape and create.
That's
you
true.
didn't need it as much before because you had these good offensive lines. You had Dan Marino stood behind the same offensive line for a decade pretty much and never got sacked, But nowadays you don't have that. So if you can't move, I don't know what you're going to do,
I mean, I wouldn't say he's a statue back there though. I mean, he was able to, elude pressure somewhat. Yes, he's not like a speedster. Like he's not going to be able to, outrun the corner. But
yeah,
he wasn't a statue back there. So
no, one of my knocks on him is that he was overestimated his own athleticism. And
Yeah,
took too many sacks.
I agree with that.
Away.
Yeah,
and in the NFL, he's going to get away with even less.
That's true.
Ravens are picking. I'm always interested in what they do.
But you can outcoach that though.
Oh my God. Quarterback. This is him. Tyler Shook. Come on. Come on. Knock it off.
Who's out there grabbing the worst clips? Oh, Mike Green to the Ravens. Oh.
The Ravens are locked in at this point.
Malachi Starks and Mike Green.
I swear they're Ravens, man.
Listen, watch the Eagles. The Eagles are probably going to do something nice too. Watch what the Eagles do, bro.
Fuck.
Oh boy. So why this guy drop so far down?
Same reason. He's got some Maxwell Hairston type issues.
Okay. Gotcha.
Except a couple more.
With those allegations?
Yeah,
those allegation issues?
Yeah. I think he's got 2 or 3 going all the way back.
Sheesh.
But
17 sacks last year. Yo,
yeah,
yo,
That's
Yo,
incredible, bro.
go
Bro,
ahead.
that's gonna be an effing problem.
I mean, the competition. I mean, at Marshall is like, all right. FBS.
he showed
Isn't
up at the
always.
Senior Bowl. And
Yeah.
he's the one, the rep that you keep seeing where the guy ran and just pancaked the O lineman.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was him. He almost did that and was like, all right, I'll see you guys at the game. And took off after that.
But the Broncos
Oh,
having a pretty solid draft as well, man. Jade Barron, which I think is a perfect pick for them because I mean, pretty much shoring up the other side. So it's going to be interesting to see what they pick here.
Boy, oh boy, it's a rough one for the Sanders family. I'll tell you that much. I
I agree, man. But again, I think it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing in disguise. It's only going to motivate them way more because I mean I'm rooting for the kid, man.
So apparently, Chris Brown comes in and says the Bills appear, for those that are upset that the Bills traded up, the Bills appear to have read the board correctly. They traded up from 56 to 41. They got the front guy that they wanted, TJ Sanders. 3 more DLs came right after the Bills in the next 4 picks. So the Bills kind of knew what was happening. So they said, yo, let's get our guy before he's snatched up and gone. So yet again, they got the guy they wanted. Obviously,
and we only moved down 10 spots. Like that's what we
crazy.
have to.
And they picked up that third. Come on now, that's a win.
Right? So yeah,
that's a win. Good on these boys. Good on these boys, man. Golly.
Right, so the Bills
Kev, how you doing over there? You good?
ASAP.
Yeah. I see the Broncos got RJ Harvey. Nice. He's a good player. They need a running back.
Who's running the ball for you guys, Kev? You got A-Chain and who?
And Jalen Wright, the guy we took.
Oh, Jalen Wright. That's right.
Year.
That's a good duo. I like that.
Yeah.
So what do you guys need? What's your next move that you guys need?
Corner, safety. That's pretty like that's
if you don't get a you're probably gonna get a corner.
Yeah.
Who are your starters right now?
You and me could go try out.
There. Is that bad, huh?
If they had to play today, it would be Ife Melifonwu that they signed from the Lions. And good player, but he lasts 4 games and then gets hurt. And Ashton Davis from the Jets. And they had a kid that they like. He was a rookie, Patrick Laboris. They really liked him last year in the preseason. Then he got hurt and missed most of the year. Came back, played like the last 3-4 years. So they're banking on that guy improving. I don't see it. So they need a safety. And I think they need, and they definitely, there's Amos has gone to the Redskins. Good pick for them. Yeah. Good pick.
Amos. Oh, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. And for Pierre, that's like your second team. Right?
Yeah. That's my second team.
Yeah. That's I told you my dad's like a diehard. Oh, I almost called him the old name. What are they called? Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, because I live in the Washington area, so
yeah.
I hear these people, man, I mean, all the time, and all they were talking about is that we need corner.
Yeah.
So,
listen, you see this clip that I have up here?
Yeah.
The caption is freaking hilarious. Shador Sanders when he gets drafted before. Oh my gosh.
Good.
Yo, the internet never loses, bro. They're always on it.
Yeah.
They're always she's like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
yo,
bro.
that's wild. See, that would have been an ultimate slap in the face if they took safety. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yo,
where is my
nasty work?
That's insane.
Yo, Bears are up again? Bro, these Bears are well, I mean, listen, they have our pick.
They're still getting all the picks from the
Bills. That's our pick right now. We'd be picking right at this point.
Oh, this is you?
Yeah, this is the pick 62 coming up.
Oh, this is picking down. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Listen, Abby, if Shiloh gets drafted before his
that
brother does,
Yeah.
That would be
That
wild.
would be the fix is in. The fix is absolutely in. Oh my gosh, that would be absolutely wild.
Now, as far as Shiloh, I'm not the biggest fan.
No, he's too wild for me, man.
Yeah, he's too slow. He doesn't really tackle that well.
No,
I mean,
he does
he's like a
bozo.
thumper.
He's
Yeah.
Dante Whitner.
Yeah,
It's a bad version of it.
a great comp.
Mhm.
But worse.
Yeah,
Um,
but worse.
Yeah.
But worse. Exactly.
Dante Whitner, if he played now, that level. Of
Yeah, there you go. There you
like
go.
at this age, that's about the level of speed. I can't believe Travis Kelce's coming back for another year. Man, is he finished? I don't know, man.
You think he is? You think he's done? He's got
He looks
some juice
slow.
left.
He's just like laboring out there. Like you ever see him running out? Oh my god, it takes 10 minutes to turn the corner.
I think he's ready to turn things around.
And then he does a lot of plays where like he's just not even involved. Like he's not even trying. Like if he's not the guy, the primary guy, you just see him kind of standing there. Doesn't even block anyone. Like he doesn't get out of there,
Your only MP7 says he's talking to Sarah, says elite guys can be found all over. The fact is he doesn't draft enough bona fide game records. Yeah, I mean, listen, he might not be the best, GM when it comes down to first and even second round picks, but man, he's a wizard when it comes down to those, later rounds. So you can find talent everywhere, man. Our best wide receiver was a 5th round pick. Our best corner was a 6th round pick. Our best linebacker was a 5th round pick. So
Crazy.
You can find these guys all over, man.
Excuse me. Who's the best linebacker? Who are
Matt
you talking
Milano?
about? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Matt Milano? Because we know
That's your guy.
Matt Milano wasn't Brandon Bean.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. It was Doug Whaley. Well, okay, technically, because
hold on.
Hear me out.
You to give Bean credit for that.
No. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have given Bean that credit, but because
What's that?
again, I've been the Doug Whaley fan, but the narrative that they were trying to spin was that it was a McDermott draft. You remember that, right? You remember that?
It's still a debate to this day, to be honest with you.
Exactly. Right.
They tried to give him the credit because it was a good draft.
Yeah.
And they hit it on Whaley. So
Exactly.
it couldn't have been him. Even though it was his staff, his scouting, the year of work that went into it, and he was the GM. No,
Exactly.
Can't be his fault.
Yeah, exactly.
He took EJ Manuel. We hate it.
Right.
Hello.
Man.
That's still a topic of conversation to this day, bro.
Good picks, man. You get some good picks.
Listen, I was always a fan of Doug Whaley, and I just feel that with Doug Whaley, he got the short end of the stick because he was never really able to draft his quarterback. And that's the part that sucks. He tried to get Mahomes, and McDermott was like, "Yeah, no," and he's like, "Come on, I got a guy." Yeah, no. Right? So it's like, golly, man.
No, that's it. You know what? We should try to get Doug Whaley on here, bro.
Yeah. No,
Doug, clear the air for us, bro.
This was a Bean draft. No, man. It was Whaley scouts all year. They didn't sit down in February and start prepping for the draft. They draft from 2 years out. Here he goes, the Bears picking.
Abby's like, yo, call him up. Call him up right now. I mean, I do have Jim Monos' contact, so I can always get Jim Monos.
There you go. Like, what are you talking about? They scout these guys like 2 years in advance. And then the whole year of that year.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's true. You have all these area scouts that are doing the work. You kidding me? You're going to give all that to McDermott?
All Whaley's guys, 2 years in advance, even the final year coming up. They didn't hire Bean till Shamar Turner's a nice player.
Damn, they got Shamar Turner?
No. He didn't draft. Hey, Justin. No, he didn't. It was Buddy Nix who drafted
Buddy
DJ
Nix. That's
Manuel.
a Buddy Nix move, man.
Exactly. So come on now.
Yeah, don't do that, young buck. Buck. And Buddy Nix also drafted that overrated running back in CJ Spiller as well.
He looked good there 1 year, though, right?
Yeah, I went there.
1 year, you guys thought you had the superstar.
Oh, buddy, it was like I saw right through it. I was like, no, CJ Spiller ain't that dude.
Oh,
ever since I saw this guy run out of bounds like a little sucker, I was like, nah, bro.
Nah, man.
Yeah, not for me.
Rico
actually never liked
CJ Spiller was that was Pierre's guy right there. See,
you never liked like the drafted Bills running back. It seems like I mean all of them. CJ, James, Cook.
Oh, no,
like,
no. I was a big McGahee guy. I like McGahee.
Yeah.
But you like
I like
McGahee though.
I was
You
a
see what
big
I'm
fan of
saying?
McGahee.
Like, come on now.
I like McGahee.
You know,
McGahee was my guy.
You're hating on Spiller, but you love
I like
McGahee.
Marshawn.
Marshawn was a beast. I ain't gonna lie, Marshawn was a beast.
I like Marshawn. I like the Marshawn.
Golly.
That was the thing that pissed me off. I was like, well, what are we doing? CJ and Marshawn? Bro, no, that can't work. And you got Fred Jackson? I was like, well, yo, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, guys? And at that time, you didn't do 3 running backs on the squad. Now, yo, run it up. Let's do a 4th.
I never thought Marshawn was that good with you guys. Like
Not with the Bills, he wasn't. He was. You could see potential in it.
Yeah.
Never had a
He's
problem. We shut that guy down every time. And every time Marshawn would come out, he'd do nothing. And then Fred Jackson would come on the field, and I'd be like, oh, can't we keep this guy on the sideline? And then Fred Jackson would tear the Dolphins apart. Every time. Lynch would come in, 13 carries, 26 yards, and then Fred Jackson would have like 8 carries for 80 yards.
Oh, my goodness, Kansas City.
Oh, Kansas City.
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
Oh, boy. You got Chris Jones and this guy?
I love how they say undersized, and he's 1 pound less than your guy.
Right.
How do you go from like 192 or 292 good, 291 undersized?
He's nothing to be a wow over, but
this is the best pass rushing defensive tackle in the draft. So
know.
his pass rush win rate.
I think we got that guy.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. There's no bias there.
Yeah.
But this guy has got like something like a 20% pass rush win rate.
Win rate, yeah. He's nice.
It's astronomical, but he cannot play the run at all. Like you can't even have him on the field on first down. So he's like a situational guy. Whereas your guy's got a much, much clearer path to be a full-time starter. Sanders is the better overall player. Norman Lott's just a situational pass rusher, but hey, man, that Jihad Campbell they got, he's so good. Oh, I would have been happy with him at 13, and they got him at 32. He used to be a defensive end, and then
Travis Henry.
Oh, Henry was really good.
Hey, Joe, he's my favorite Bills running back of all time.
Travis was nice. Travis was nice.
First NFL game I ever saw live
was
Travis Henry. It was in Buffalo. First game I ever saw live was Miami at Buffalo.
Was that right?
Or Buffalo, yeah, Miami at Buffalo. Travis Henry was playing. Eric Moulds went for like 200 yards against Patrick Surtain that game. And Miami scored 24 points in the fourth quarter to come back and win. Aronde Gadsden, the opening play of the game was an 79-yard pass to Aronde Gadsden, and Nate Clements punched the ball out at the 1 yard line and went through the back of the end zone for a touchdown.
The end zone.
Yeah. Miami had like Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas and all that back then. So they ended up, I remember it was 4th and 1. And still to this day, I've never heard anything as loud as the Bills Stadium at 4th and 1 in the fourth quarter. This was like for the game. And it was so loud. And I was like, holy crap, because it's my first ever game. And then Jay Fiedler hit Dedrick Ward for a 2-yard out on a fourth. And
Kevin's got a great ass memory. Golly,
silent, man. It went silent. It was such a great game, especially because we won. But like it was, even if you didn't, it was like the game we lost to you guys a couple of years ago in the snow. It was just, even though we lost, it was such a good game to watch. You know what I mean?
Unbiasedly, Kev. After Thurman, I'm not gonna go before Thurman. There's some young people in the chat.
Miami Dolphins legend Thurman Thomas.
Yeah, Dolphins legend. After Thurman Thomas, if you were to say the most impactful running back that like you didn't want to defend this running back, who was it in your opinion?
The best running back I think you guys ever had, other than Thurman.
After Thurman, Thurman and after.
Obviously OJ, but like I think it was I would have loved to have seen McGahee if he hadn't blown out the knee. But I remember McGahee was really, really tough. But it was Fred Jackson's not the best, but against Miami specifically.
You're right. McGahee
was the best against Miami specifically. I don't know what it was, but then you know what? Maybe these people are too young. but I'm old. I remember Kenneth Davis. Every fucking time Kenneth Davis got into the game against the Dolphins, he'd tear him up too, back in Thurman.
Tear your ass up.
Oh, so it was all these weird backup running backs that like would come in and just destroy Miami. And then who did the Eagles take? Oh, that's Brendan Graham. Yeah. But yeah, him or Fred Jackson, those guys were so good against Miami. But I would take probably McGahee overall. Although McCoy, maybe LaShawn.
No, but it was LaShawn, no question. LaShawn.
Yeah, you're right. It was probably LaShawn.
I don't know, man.
Travis Henry's
I mean,
a close second.
we can't just scoff over Henry. Like Henry was more of a threat.
Travis Henry's a close second.
Like the only
What the
thing
heck is this guy?
The only thing Henry did wrong was he wasn't able to stiff arm. He wasn't able to stiff arm all his baby mamas. But man, I mean,
Yeah,
the man's stiff arm was ridiculous.
Legend,
I mean, he was more of a threat in my opinion than McCoy.
Legend has it that Travis Henry hosted a youth football camp years ago that Tyreek Hill attended.
Was that right? How about that, huh?
I like that. I like
He's a
that.
real
Look at
role
this
model
pick,
growing
huh?
up.
Tyreek learned a lot,
pick.
huh?
Antonio Cromartie was present.
Look at this pick by the freaking
Nice.
Eagles.
Oh,
Nice.
fuck. The
Yeesh.
fucking Eagles, man. The Eagles. He's so good, this guy. This guy reminds me of prime Jordan Poyer. Not like current Jordan Poyer. Like when Jordan Poyer was at his best, it's this guy. He's like
This guy,
small, he's undersized, he can hit, he can cover.
This guy's Buda Baker, man. This is Buda
he's
Baker.
not,
right here.
he's not quite. Buda Baker's more physical. Buda Baker's a little bit better
Thicker.
athlete. Like
Thicker.
Buda Baker's like an elite athlete, and he's super physical. Whereas this guy's like, he looks like a converted corner. He's a small guy, but he's like
Simple,
super
man.
scrappy and tough.
Oh
But
yeah.
like Poyer's not a big guy, right? And when he was like all pro pool, he like that's how he played. That's how this guy reminds me of. Like,
Hey, talk to me about Poyer and Miami and what they were saying about Poyer this year. Honestly, I want to know because we had so much other things that we need to deal with our own.
bro,
So like,
he cost us the game against you guys.
yeah, but I want
He
totality.
cost us the game against you guys.
Totality.
Fuck. He was brutal. He was so bad.
Was he? Was he brutal?
Yeah, I hate to say it because
Yeah, I know.
the history with me and Poyer.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. People probably don't know, but Jordan Poyer and I used to like message and stuff like that. I had his phone number for a bit. Like, so, anyways, I don't want to get too into it, but
Get into it, man.
no. I don't like talking about that. But he's so I remember the year he re-signed with you guys, and I was consoling him because you guys he was supposed to come to Miami, and Miami lowballed him and only offered
They lowballed the hell out of this guy, man.
Only offered him a 1-year deal, and then you guys took him back on a 2-year deal that you released him after the end of the year.
Yeah.
But man, fuck, he was so bad, man. He was just so bad. He cost us a game against the Cardinals. Like he had a pick six
just
in his
old
hands.
age. Is that what it was? Just old age, lost speed.
I don't know, man. He had a pick six in his hands, and for some reason he jumped into the air to catch it and tried to catch it in his belly, and it bounced out. And that was the game. And then against you guys, it's like fourth in like what was it? It was like 3rd and 13, I think.
Yeah, you got a PI.
You got a deep one to Coleman, incomplete. You would have had to punt from your like 7-yard line, right? So at least Miami would have had the ball probably on our 40 or 50, depending upon the return. And like with a minute and 50 to go to try and kick a field goal to win. That's the one where you guys won because fucking what's his name kicked a 60-some yard field goal or whatever. But Bass at the end. But anyways, like he killed us. He killed us in so many games. It wasn't a lack of effort.
Did you guys dirty like that?
I don't know, man. It wasn't a lack of effort. He missed tackles. He just didn't seem to be on the same page as the other guys. Like it was rough. It was rough. It was a rough. So I mean, I wish him the best. You know, I wish we had gotten him a couple of years ago when he was like awesome. But yeah, what can you do?
What can you do? Well, I'll tell you right now. Here's what Rev doesn't like. Rev does not like what Bean did with the trade up for another Ed Oliver. Bills could have stayed and gotten their pick of the litter, and now they missed out on Makuba. I mean, did we miss out on Makuba? Did we though?
He was really good.
I'm not saying he's not.
You would have been there at that pick. You would have gotten him. Oof. But who knows? Rev's always grumpy.
They got who they wanted, Rev. And listen, Rev is one that likes to overreact. Rev knows this.
Yeah.
Rev overreacts often, and then he has to walk it back.
He's the grumpiest positive guy I know. Right. He's the nicest man. You know what I mean? He's like the nicest man ever, but he's always so grumpy, man.
He said Bean puts too much stock in their playoff losses without trying to go ahead and trend. Bro, he got himself a corner. He got himself a pass rushing defensive tackle. Bro, what the heck do you want? The problem we've always had was we didn't have enough guys getting after the quarterback, and now he got himself one that can stop the run but has upside of rushing the passer. You gonna like this? Thank you, man. Judging so damn fast, bro. Golly, shoot. Listen, I'll take it when I judge a little fast. Yo, it said Rico, attack. Yeah, man, we gotta chill out, bro. Chill out, Rev. Rev the Buffalo Kev. The Buffalo Kev.
That's a good one, Abby. That's a good one. Man.
Giants got Darius Alexander.
Rico's got his pom-poms out again. Yo, you guys are stupid. Darius Alexander.
Yep. Exactly. This is true. You all thought Elam was a god, but here we go judging already.
I didn't think he was that good. I didn't like the Elam pick. Remember?
Neither did I. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I was like,
didn't like it.
We'll see what he does, and then he didn't do diddly squat.
Yeah,
elite squat. So let me. There's a few. I think we pretty much
Alexander. The guy that Bills just took?
I bet
really good too.
He said, "I ain't walking this back. I mean it. And I'm not walking it back." Yo, timestamp this man Rev, because Rev's gonna be like, "Yo, I have to admit I was wrong. Yo, TJ Sanders is the real deal, man." And then he's gonna go, "What the F is Ed Oliver doing, man? Why do we have this guy? Get rid of Ed Oliver, bro." He's just gonna move it to somebody else. Gary Godshaw. What up, Gary? Says, I agree with Kingpin, man. Maxwell is the worthy shadow. Doesn't need to start early. Just be ready by January. Be ready. ASAP.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm a fan of the pick. Again, as long as you just lock in on the potential of what he can bring to the table, it's easy to sell yourself on both, the Harrison and the TJ Sanders pick, right? Just think of what they could become if they were to be the player that we see.
That's a big pickup for the Chiefs.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at. If we would have went with a player that we're like, okay, why we go O-line when we have, then all right, fine. But we went with guys that we kind of needed. And I was hoping that they pan out.
Is this shit?
Made it
at this point, take Sanders
into the third round. The pick is in for the Browns.
Yeah. So I think that my guess is that Cleveland is waiting for Atlanta to release Kirk Cousins. And then they can get Kirk Cousins on the Russell Wilson deal where Atlanta has to pay all the salary. So he's just going to sign for league minimum. I think that's what they want to do. But at this point, you're in round 3. You've already made, I think, at least 3 picks. Just take Sanders here because sit him for a year anyways. I think their head coach is a very good coach. I think he just got screwed with Watson. And to be fair, man, before Watson, got into his troubles there, he was elite. I've never seen a player regress so quickly. It has nothing to do with age. I don't
what did Watson do? What happened with Watson?
Huh?
What happened with Watson? What are you talking about?
Well, he was he had some issues with tension.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He
needed a hand. So, but
he needed a hand for sure.
For whatever reason, but it's wild though. You know what I mean? It's not like he got old. It's not like he got injured. It's not like whatever.
It's odd for sure.
Stress, but and then you come out and you play like that. He's so bad. And the year before he went out, he led the NFL in passing. You know what I mean? Like 4,700 yards. Like he had a really good year. It's weird. But anyways, like so they took their shot. They gave him a stupid contract, and now they're screwed. But like I said, I know the plan was I think the plan is to try and get Kirk Cousins and just, build up the roster and grab the good quarterback next year or the year after. But at this point in the third round, you take him, you don't even have that big of a commitment. It's not like if you take him in the first, then you kind of are stuck with him for a while.
Yeah.
And that's part of the thing. I think the reason he dropped is I don't know if guys want to, the NFL, if coaches get fired so quickly now, and GMs really only get one shot at drafting a QB most often. So if you screw it up, you're out. But now it's the third round. So if you screw up the third round QB pick, no one cares. So just take him now. Roll the dice. Who are you going to take right now that's going to have an ability to impact your roster moving forward in future years more than a quarterback, especially one that was talked about going third overall?
And their defense is it's pretty solid as well. So, yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right. I mean, it makes sense. It makes all the sense in the world.
And if not them, Las Vegas, like you're going to stick with Geno? Like Geno's like mid-30s now. Like we all got spoiled with Tom Brady, like in a sense that like we're just expecting Brady and Rodgers, that we're just expecting every quarterback to play at a high level into their 40s. These are two of Rodgers is arguable, but like you can make an argument that these are two of the 10 best quarterbacks that have ever played the game. So it's weird that we just expect all quarterbacks to kind of play into their mid-late 30s now. And you're starting to see guys like Cousins fall off a cliff. I can see the same thing happen to Geno. So why not take
Matter time
the quarterback now?
All right. Well, the pick is in.
This is unbelievable.
Let's see.
This is unbelievable.
This lady used to work for the Dolphins. Oh, a tight end!
Wow.
Not only a tight end, but a tight end that's very similar to Njoku. He's like a big slot, can't block at all. He's supposed to be this athletic after the catch guy, and he ran like a 4.7 or something.
Buddy. When the Raiders picking?
Next.
Oh my gosh.
So
I just saw a clip. They're saying that they're pretty much making an example of Shador Sanders because of what he represents. And it's me, the bravado, the shiny, the this. Forget about the 74% completion percentage. Forget about that he's a leader. Forget about that he led his team. They're making an example of this guy. We don't want that type of crap to come into this league. They're full of them everywhere. Knock it off already.
Well, that's why I don't buy it. You know what I mean? Like they're always like, oh, it's because this or because that. And there's always like 10 other guys that are the same thing in there. You know what I mean? Antonio Brown was employed for a decade.
Oh my gosh. Man, oh man. It's the trading up that did it for me, though. I would have preferred that we didn't draft another 3-tech. Wait, let this guy play, for crying out loud, man. And then you will see. When he's throwing around freaking Tua Tagovailoa and he's throwing around these boys in the AFC East, then you're gonna be like, all right, bet. I wasn't familiar with your game. All right, I get it. Because we were the same people saying, who the F is Christian Benford? All right, he's just a 6th-round draft pick. Who cares? We got Kyer. Switch it up. Oh boy.
All right, let's go. Raiders.
Darian Porter, good player, and they desperately need a corner. It makes sense, this one, because they really like their corners are not even NFL caliber. Like it's pretty bad. But this is the wide receiver guy that converted.
Yo, hold on. You're Shador Sanders right now. Your agent, the scouts, your people, your camp, whoever were saying, here's where you're projected. Even before you declared for the draft, when they knew this is going to be maybe the top quarterback in the game, blah, 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 yada, 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 yada.
Yeah.
You are now into the third. the teams that need quarterbacks. I mean, I don't know who's next.
There's one more. There's one more. The
Orleans.
Saints. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's it. That's it
Yeah.
until maybe the.
And then you're doing the
Well,
cycle
the
all over
Jets,
again.
Maybe the Jets. If I were the Jets
Oh.
again, why not?
Yeah.
Golly, man, this is incredible.
Man, if the Jets get him in the 3rd round, I don't like that.
You think it's good value?
I wouldn't
Yeah.
like him too much then.
I
I would
don't,
probably be
yeah,
hating on him.
I don't like that. I hate the Jets. You know?
Oh my.
Unbelievable.
So Pierre, you're Shador. Actually, no, you're Dion. What do you tell your son?
You're
What do you
good.
tell him?
You're good. Just hang in there, man. You know, it's. Listen, at the end of the day, man, you just got to make a team. He might be the Tom Brady effect. You know, he might get drafted. 199th, and
you know what though?
and get 7 Super Bowls. Who knows?
Tom Brady's probably saying, "Hey, don't forget 199 is what you do with it.
Exactly.
199.
Oof.
It is what it is.
He's looking a little small. Is he okay?
Oh, he's been looking like that, man.
Yeah, no,
Lost a lot of weight.
He got some problems.
He's
Well, I know
He's actually pretty funny. If you ever, oh, yeah, these two are they're in a new movie together.
and Kevin is like that. Deion said, "Sorry, son, you're not that good."
You're not that good.
Sheesh.
You ain't me, son. You ain't me.
Yeah, Walter S says, "Yo, man, I mean, even Bronny got drafted in the 2nd round."
Oh, come on now.
Sheesh, God, that's
Come on
dirty.
now.
That's dirty.
Yeah.
Yo, you guys are stupid.
That's dirty.
Is this Kyle Williams? Better not be Kyle Williams. I'd really hate it because then, as I'm hoping for him, I don't. Oh, it is Kyle Williams.
Kyle Williams. Wow.
Oh.
Apparently this guy's got big time.
Let me see
speed.
him real quick, Kev.
I know nothing
Check
about this
him
guy.
out. Check him out.
Oh, he's got. I mean, that was he got off the ball real quick, too quick.
There's Cam Ward.
I mean, you comped him as a possible OBJ.
Well,
that would be interesting.
the better comp would be like prime, like absolute prime Lockett.
I mean, I was a fan of Lockett as well.
Yeah.
Damn, the Lions just traded up for who?
It was weird too. They traded up like a few picks ago. So it's like, why would you do that? You don't even know if what if the guy you wanted just was going to get picked?
Hold on, Bills are picking up what, 79?
Yeah, you're in 2 picks. 72.
Yeah.
72.
72.
All right.
Maybe
All right, Pierre, what do you got? What do you think?
could they
All right,
go
so
here just to get ahead of you?
we went defense. Safety, man. I would go safety right here.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
The Lions, yeah. So I know they're going to sign Kirby Joseph again, but yeah, if they take either safety or wide out, I think they're trying to get ahead of you guys for some reason. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. I agree too. Whoever they picked, they probably thought that we were going to pick.
Pipe down. Pipe down. He tells it. Yo, I can't stand when people say that, man. Pipe down.
I don't have the volume on, but I'm sure the Packers fans are giving the Lions guy a hard time.
Tesla.
Oh, not a bad player.
It's a big boy.
Oh, so they probably thought that we were going to probably go
Yeah.
wide out right here.
Shocking. If you guys go wide out, one of my favorite wide receivers, I think he's still there, is the
Savion Williams?
No, not that guy. He can't even play. From Stanford, Minori or Illuminor.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The guy that put up 220 yards on Travis Hunter and is probably one of the 3 best run blocking wideouts.
What a name, man. Isaac Tesla.
Yeah.
Like it.
So they gave a 6th. Oof, and 2/3
Third,
next
26.
year.
Wow. Solid.
That's
Jaguars had
now
to
he's getting
they had to
back
recoup some of those trades, man, or
yeah.
some of those picks.
Oh, that's just now the Saints, right? Shador Sanders. Like
Yeah,
you have
at this point, this is like a damn fucking charity case at this
I
point.
know you got Derek Carr, who every time I turned on a Saints game last year, I didn't watch a ton of them, but every time I turned it on, they were taking him off on the cart.
Right.
I'm
Right?
telling you.
But then next week I would
moves.
turn it on and Derek Carr's in the game. I was like, didn't they just take this guy off on the cart 3 weeks in a row? They always talk about Tua's concussions, right? I think that dude had 3 last year.
Who had 3? Tua?
I think Carr had a minimum 2. I think he had 3.
Carr was getting back. That O-line was not doing him any
Turning
services.
him off on the cart
That was
every
a
week.
messy.
They'd
That was a
wheel him
messy
back
team.
in. Yeah, they wheel him back in the next week, he'd take a beating, and then he'd be carted off again.
Hey Rico,
Yo,
you think it's time to check in on Bot?
Yeah,
Make
what's
sure he's
wrong?
good to go.
is Bot ever
Is-
getting off the pot? Yo, listen, I've done shows with Bot where Bot was like, "Yo, man, I'm just gonna take a quick nap," and then I don't hear from him the next morning. I'm like, "Yo," he's like, "Dude, I fell asleep. You want to do a late show?" It's like 1 a.m. I was like, "Bro, I'm out. We go do it another time, man." I kind of gave up on Bot after he said that stomach bug. I know how those things can knock you out, man.
All right, so we have MP7 says he's trying to go receiver right here. The team looked really bad before they got Cooper, build more around Allen because the D going to let down regardless. Sheesh. Right. Bill, I am. What's up, Bill? I say linebacker or edge right here. I say defense again, man. I'll go defense right here. Only because I want my safety. I think, again, I'm not one that's going to sit here and think that we're perfectly fine at safety right now. I think on defense, that's probably the only hole left that we may have.
Yeah.
And then after we do that, then we can probably go offense from then on out. Or, I'll pick up a few guys then. But yeah, man, I'm going safety right here.
Landon Jackson's still around.
This might be the pick. Landon Jackson.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
I mean, listen, there's only so many linemen we can have on this squad, man. We got Michael Hoyt.
Exactly.
Who?
You got Russo, Epinesa, Bosa, Solomon. That's 5.
Who?
I feel like I'm missing one more.
Who's Solomon?
Javon Solomon.
Yeah,
he's gonna be a second year. He was a rookie last year.
Better not take a fringe first round talent now because Javon Solomon's on the roster.
Yo, so Javon Solomon is
He's
a
solid.
sack.
He's solid, Kevin.
Bro. You
Solid,
wait, don't you speak ill on Javon Solomon.
He's solid. Again,
Oh, he is.
In my opinion, he showed enough flashes to at least consider, like, what I want to see more. I'll say that.
I do. I definitely want to see more for sure.
He's good enough that you want to keep a possible really good player off the roster because if Solomon's on it. And who's the first guy you need? Wright or something? Who?
You talking about Bosa? The guy that's going to be whooping your ass?
Hoyt or Hawk, whatever his name is.
Who are our
The guy that
defensive
we just
lineman?
signed? Yeah.
Hoyt. Michael Hoyt.
Yeah, I mean, he's versatile too. He can play
okay.
inside and outside, right? So he's one of those.
He's from our hometown, big guy.
Yeah.
Isn't he the linebacker? Hoyt?
Was that?
Isn't Hoyt a linebacker?
He's a lineman. He plays inside and out.
I got to get my guy, Kevin Winston right here, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's good.
I got to get my mock. I got to get my mock looking right. But I'm struggling right now.
You got to recover.
I'm struggling. But I'm a big fan of Winston, Kev.
Yeah, I am.
I think Winston's a beast.
That's who I was looking at for Miami in the this pick around here that they gave away. Who'd they trade with again?
All right, Saints.
Here we go.
Yours the last chance, my boy.
Come on, brother. Oh, Vernon Broughton. Like, the guys named Vernon Broughton, they're getting drafted over Shador Sanders.
Chill. Sheesh.
Bro,
this is unbelievable, man.
The message is sent, man. You know when they're like,
Good.
he's had enough. Okay, he gets it. Like, stop.
Yeah.
That's pretty much this is it, man.
Yeah, we're just pounding on him on the ground now.
Oh my
You're right.
gosh.
He's the guy it's the guy that's filming. He's had enough.
He's learned his lesson. Okay.
You
We
guys are
get
crazy.
it.
Someone call an ambulance. Yeah.
Nah, but this is where real talk though, as a forget about Coach Prime. This is where Father Prime comes in and says, "All right, hey, stop it already. He's dead." Avi, you're terrible.
Yeah.
You're terrible, bro. But yo, as a father, what do you say, bro? Are you just like, yo, you know what? They're sending the message. That's on me. I did this, blah, blah. I don't know what you say to them. Just chill. Wherever you go, just work out. Just work your tail out. You're not dying for money. I got you.
And
You know what I mean? So
Bills
go
pick
ahead
quick.
and just play ball. Play
So
what
he's
you
got-
love.
He's got money from
the Bills pick real quick. Let's go.
I'm telling you, Landon Jackson.
I mean, I would love that pick.
Yeah. I called it.
Landon Jackson.
Yo, Bot just
He's
won the
solid,
whole
man.
fucking thing.
I know
I
Bobby
agree.
is extremely happy about that. That was
This
his guy.
He's the epitome of the McDermott defensive end. He's
You remember that?
huge. He plays the run really well. He's a
solid.
power rusher. He's got
Solid.
no bend, no burst, no agility, but he's just going to push through you. He's super strong. He's and he's going to hold up really well against the run. He's a very good player.
Yeah, he's solid, man.
He's Groot.
Yo, Bean's low key, crushing this draft, in my opinion.
I agree.
I'm a big fan of this draft so far.
Yeah, three players that could start.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, Sanders
100%.
probably won't start to begin with because he's going to be more of situational. You'll probably have Jones in as a starter because you need someone for the run. But later on, he'll be your fourth quarter, though. He'll be the guy out there. And then Hairston's going to start probably day one, unless Dane Jackson somehow survives.
GQ, my man says, I called it for sure, man. For sure. I mean, I'm a fan of this pick. He
You
was
feeling
one
it?
of the first guys.
He's
one
not
of
a
the first
moron.
guys that I was looking. I was watching film on, and I'm like, yo, I mean, this guy kind of pops a little bit.
So what
He's
does it for
limited,
you with Jackson? I need to know. What does it for you?
I mean, it's what Kevin said. I mean, he gives you a bit of the Greg Rousseau vibes, right? He doesn't really have a lot of moves, but his one move is really good. And I mean, the big dude, man. He's able to get back there. He's I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Oh,
man.
Rev, he said he's more athletic Groot. That is not true. But
No,
it's
yeah,
not
no,
true.
I wouldn't say
No, Groot used to play wide receiver like in high school. Like, no, but he's strong. And you know what?
Yeah.
The guys that are power guys over athletic guys translate better into college. They don't have this highest ceiling, but they have a higher floor. So if this guy comes in and he doesn't develop as a pass rusher, he's still going to be at least as good as AJ Epinesa is right now. That's his floor. That's like your worst case scenario. So your worst case scenario is he's a contributing player on your defensive line who won't get blown off the ball, will hold contain, and can collapse the pocket sometimes. He's pretty good on stunts if you twist him in. There you go. Yeah, he's super tall, and he'll bat some passes down. That's true.
So who's the odd man out in this situation?
Epinesa. Well,
That's
it
my
won't
thoughts.
be, I mean, Bosa will be hurt by week 4.
That's my thoughts. Epinesa, odd man out. I can see him getting traded potentially.
You're right,
Totally.
GQ. It is the measurables. I mean, Bean loves those, especially at edge. He loves those big dudes, man.
So what Landon Jackson? Let me see. What are they saying about Landon? All right. Mr. Landon Jackson. So according, 'cause I'm always interested in like what the word is. You know what what Jordan Birch is still available from Oregon, isn't he?
Oh, there you go, Kev.
Yeah.
According to ESPN's,
Landon
Matt
Jackson,
Miller,
6'5", 271,
AJ.
4.74 40, 3-year starter. Force of nature is what they're saying against tight ends. I don't know what the heck that means. Okay. Small offensive tackles. He's dominant power rusher, can blast opponents. contact, shocked him with his hand usage. So he's just a sturdy, set the edge, discipline type guy. Weakness, height can work against him when it comes to acquiring, maintaining leverage. Hands are on a slower side. Let's see, stiffness that prevents him from winning laterally. Inefficient when it comes to running stunts. He relies really on his length and strength. I mean, nothing to like write home about. It's just a solid, safe pick, in my opinion. Safe pick.
I told Fern, my buddy there, Bills fan, I told him 2.5 months ago that it was destiny that you would take Landon Jackson. I brought him up to you guys last night. I told you about it last night. I said he's the McDermott, like he's sculpted to be the McDermott.
Classic McDermott guy.
Yeah. You couldn't have made him up in a lab any better. Like, create a player. That's McDermott's created defensive end. Power, good against the run, really big, tough to move. And then you have the inside guys, I guess, are more your quick twitch, like quick guys.
Unbelievable. Well, the picks are in for the Bills. Pierre, you feel good about this? Does your grade remain the same or what?
Yeah. I mean, like, Beans pretty much hit on what we wanted him to do this offseason. I mean, when you talk about free agency and draft, and again, I say this every single year when it comes out, Bean is predictable at this point. Like,
yeah, he can become very predictable.
That's the one thing that I actually do love about him. Like, he's a fan of the team, right? And here's what I mean. Whatever the fans want, it seems like Bean always comes through with that ASAP.
He's like to the people.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Right. So Bean, we're like, oh, when you need defensive line help, we need pass rush, we need blah blah blah. Okay, guys, I'm going. Mike Holt, Bosa. Now this guy. We get the pass rusher, and so it's just like, yo, Bean, he's doing his thing so far, and I'm actually eager to see what we're gonna do.
You can't go wrong. Listen. At the end of the day, offensively, we knew, like, we got what, 5-6 more picks to go. We can now fill in depth pieces. Right now, these your first and second round picks, typically third round picks, you want them to be contributors, either pillars, someone you can build around, starter, and a guy that's going to push. At the end of the day, this is
solid, man. Oh, damn.
And now here we are. And now here we are, ready to get this thing going. Well, he says, I'm assuming we won't be picking until tomorrow. Bean is having a press conference right now. Yeah. He's a wrap. It's a wrap. And then it becomes a wrap for us, because now this is it. So Brandon Bean has made his picks. He feels good. I think tomorrow is going to be very much a focus on, the safety position. We're going to get back to it, and he's going to focus on the offensive side of the ball, get yourself a speedy receiver. There's a lot of, meat on the bone left. There's a lot of meat on the bone left, man. Yeah. So this is just a matter of getting the job done at the end of the day. I think.
Hey, Chad, how do you guys feel that?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what he's going to say.
What grade does Bean get right now, Chad?
That's a good question, though.
Right?
Because is he graded well in this? Do they like it? They didn't even like the freaking the Sanders pick. So they're probably gonna hate this pick.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But
they're gonna detest.
I'm actually eager to see. Hoffman says A lot of B's in the chat though. I see. Let me see.
Any W's in the chat?
Now with A. Let me see. Real King A. DMX B minus. I mean, that's solid, man. An A and B, I'll take it. Yep. Now
I'll take that too, man. Like, it may not be sexy to us now because all the big names, but at the end of the day, bro, like, the job is to match the energy of what the offense gives. The offense gave you a top 3 offense.
Yeah.
To keep things simple, a top 5 offense. So match our energy. We're gonna put points on the board. You just shut it down. So I think the pundits are going to be looking like, the Bills had a solid draft, bro. There wasn't really a whole lot that they could do where they need to. The safety room, I feel they feel good. They're probably going to add to it with all the picks that they have. Fam, And I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if Brandon Beane decides to say, you know what, ain't a whole lot going on in this draft. Let me see if I can trade out and try to get some future picks for next year. So I wouldn't be surprised by that either.
I like this right here. He says, you know, Harrison A, Jackson A-, and Sanders B-. I mean, I respect it. I respect it.
I respect it too. I respect it too. Any last words, Kev? Talk to us, man. How do you feel?
My night was over real quick.
Well, it certainly was. I gotta give you credit, man. You held through. You did what needed to be done, and we appreciate you. We very much appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, I think you guys did well. I think you kind of added to some strengths, and maybe tomorrow you'll try and reach out a little bit more to like the areas that you could use, like a deep threat maybe, or a safety would be a big one. Something like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, you're looking for contributors, players who are, when you have a talented roster like that, you can't just pick for need, because if you do, they're not good enough. They're not going to make the cut. You got to find the best guys you can, regardless of position, because you have the luxury of doing that, because you have Josh Allen and because you're always going to compete. The teams like that, like with the Mahomes, the Burrows, that they can draft, and to a lesser extent, Baltimore, Lamar, they can draft whoever they want because they're always going to be competitive. So just build the roster up with the best players you can get. And that's what you guys did. You took the best guys you can. At positions of need, I guess with corner and would be the only one. Like Sanders, you didn't really need but he serves a really
you're
nice
right about
role.
that. We didn't really need Sanders, but it was someone we need to get someone in the line.
Yeah, and that's not a knock up. Yeah, that's not a knock.
No,
I just meant, like, if you didn't get him, it wasn't like the sky is falling. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So, but like, you're improving, nipping at the weaknesses, right? So you get another guy because Epinesa is on a 1-year deal, Jabos is on a 1-year deal. So you're going to have Landon Jackson. He can be a bookend with Groot. Everyone likes to have bookend tackles. Having bookend DEs is nice too, because then you know what you're doing. You're getting a situational third down interior pass rusher, and you're getting a corner who's going to start for you day one, assuming he's not in trouble. But so you know what I mean? Like, I would be pumped for you guys. It's not like you guys gave away all your picks to trade up for a guard.
And don't forget, we got Dwayne Carter too, so we've got depth. Like, this is the thing that it sucks around this time, is like we have to draft these players. Bean said it. He goes, I don't want to draft anybody that is not going to necessarily make his team. So that's why I'm curious to see how many guys he picks. Did Siobhan Ravel just get drafted?
Yeah, to the Cowboys. Oh, it pisses me off. Should have been a Dolphin.
He's a solid player too, man.
He's
a solid player.
He was my third ranked corner.
No, that's a good pick.
It was like Hunter, Will Johnson, and this guy.
Yo, man, the Bills are loaded up, bro. We're loaded up, and we know what's at stake. You got to get after Lamar Jackson. You got to get after Joe Burrow. You got to get after, you know what I'm saying, Pat Mahomes. I'll throw Tua in there just to show some respect. You got to get after Tua. You know what I mean? You got to get after Drake May. All these boys, listen, it was challenging for the Bills because everyone knew we were the top dogs, or one of the top dogs. So that's why I give a lot of respect to the Chiefs, because everybody's coming for you guys. I mean, you were trying to go for your 3P, for crying out loud. Eagles, same thing. So the Bills are in that same boat, man, because we're always going to compete for that. So you got to find something that gets after the opposing quarterbacks, just like they're going to try to get us. I mean, look what the Chiefs did on their line. They're coming for us. And the same way that they're coming for us, we're going to come for them too. So we'll see how it all shakes out, man. So day 2 in the books. My man said, Dan Mitch said, what's up, boys? Let's go. What up, Dan? Wherever Dan is. What's up to my man, Dan? That's it for us, man. So we will be back at it again tomorrow. Who knows how tomorrow's going to go? Tomorrow is always an absolute-ish show. But I will say this. My man, Kevin, you back with us tomorrow, bro?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Okay. P-Money, what's your deal? You back with us tomorrow?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Back better than ever.
You back with it. Let's go. Let's finish it up. And then hopefully Z-Bot's going to be feeling a little better for tomorrow. And then we've got 2 guests that will be coming on. So post-podium podcast. I got my 2 mans. Keyshawn and Armis is coming through to hang out with us. So we're going to have we're gonna have a good little crew tomorrow. So listen, don't sleep. Come through, and we'll try to get the chat buzzing. And if there's people that want to come in from the chat, we know day 3 is one of those long days, so we're gonna try to space it out, have some fun, talk about everything under the sun, and we'll go from there. Any last words from my man P Money?
Man, listen, Bills fans, hear me out. We're fans of the team. Let me go ahead and zoom in real quick.
Yeah.
Right?
Zoom in.
We're fans of the team, right? There's no need to hate on a player that you're not quite sure of just yet, right? It's time for you to try to sell yourself on the idea that he went out and he attempted to address the issue that we had going into the draft, right? No one was talking about, oh, we got to get wide receiver. No one was talking about any offensive weapons. All I kept on hearing was defense, and that's exactly what Bean did, right? Our issue was pass rush. He attempted to address that with the last 2 picks. The issue was cornerback. He tried to attempt to fix that with the first pick. So Bean has actually done or attempted to do everything that he was trying to do in this draft. So it's your job, fan, to try to sell yourself on the possibility of all these guys being a hit. We know how drafts go. Drafts is always hit or miss. In every draft, every team, you might hit on 1 or even 2 players, right? So all we're hoping for is at least one of these 3 guys being a massive hit. And hey, we shall see how it goes from there. Now, tomorrow's going to be a big day. There's going to be – listen, I personally think that Bean is his best in day 3. So there might be guys that he hits on tomorrow. So we shall see. But listen, we're Bills fans at the end of the day. All right? So always lock in on that. And make sure you guys smash the like on the way out.
Listen, I'm going to piggyback, but Pierre said it best, man. We do this all the time, Bills fan. Let me get my solo in here, bitch. We do this all the time, Bills fans, where we overreact. We don't think we did the right move. What we end up doing essentially is we fall in love with these players because we do our research, and then when they don't pick the player that we loved, we lash out and lose it until said player that the Bills drafted ends up being really good. And now we're all on board. Listen, folks, got to trust the process. Bean has not steered us in the wrong direction. He got us our franchise quarterback. He's doing what he's supposed to do, fellas. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Bills are done. Day 2 in the books. Let's enjoy it. Let's go on our YouTube. Let's go look at the film like we always do. Come back tomorrow and say, you know what, I'm sold. Because that's what I had to do. Exactly. I went back and I looked at Maxwell Harrison. I was like, you know what?
Sold.
I like what I see in Maxwell Harrison. Let's do it. Let's get it going. So we're going to do the same thing with TJ Sanders. We're going to do the same thing with Landon Jackson. Z-Ball will be back with us tomorrow, and hopefully, we'll get it cracking. So, folks, hit that like before you get out of here, and we will see you guys again tomorrow. And this is cracking.
Yeah.
So, folks, enjoy the rest of your day, and we will catch you guys tomorrow on the clips.
Let's
Until
roll.
next time, it's the Buffalo Fanatics, and we'll catch you guys again tomorrow afternoon on day 3 of the draft.
I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Play good, be humble.